What?
What?
So basically, right, with the EVGA step up program, is it saying that like, say you upgrade from like a 2070 to a 2080, you're only gonna pay like that $100 in between or whatever?
Yep.
You're not
Yep.
you're not gonna pay the
That's why I recommend it so much. Yeah.
what?
Yo, is
That's
it
crazy. That's crazy.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. It's
is it
basically
possible to
it helps.
just
It
go
helps
on.
anybody that is like wanting to not regret a purchase, but also needing to buy urgently when new GPUs aren't available. It helps those people. Basically, it's pretty good.
That's why I want the 1660.
Yeah, the
But
ProArt is what I was talking about. So ProArt, Design Air. The other option is trying to figure out something with a Thunderbolt 3 header on a cheaper board. On like some of ASRock's board have like a Thunderbolt 3 header, but no card or adapter for it. And then you can also get like a really expensive board, but that would be like a Water Force, and that's like $1,000 or more. So yeah, that's basically what
so
Thunder's
like
saying.
do you think that right there is enough airflow? Like, will I have good temps?
What has good airflow?
Well, like just the build in general.
Um, I mean, the parts that you've chosen are not exactly like hot, so having good airflow is not like super important or anything.
Okay.
Um,
Would I be fine with like the stock
yeah, no,
Intel
your
cooler?
temperatures here would be like totally fine. Case is good. Power supply is probably questionable for that price. Yeah, so power supply and GPU I'd change. Storage I'd maybe change. Everything else is fine though.
So I just changed the GPU to MSI to EVGA, and then the power supply I'd change.
Yeah.
Thing is, I'm thinking of changing the case too to like a what is it? I want to change the case to a Corsair IQ 220T Airflow ATX spin tower case.
That's fine, but you know, it is kind of more expensive, so
Yeah, and then I would get
and
the
it's also
whatever
ATX.
Yo, is it just
Cooler
possible to get a
Master fully
CPU
modular
chip?
550 watt 80 plus gold for $100.
Mo2 mic preamp in here? No, I don't think so. I require a PC build or else I will invade Poland. Okay, sounds good. When Aegis doesn't read
Yo,
the
is it?
DM, I literally have your build up on screen, bro. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Ooh, this list is not good. Oh boy. That is
Yo,
problematic.
yo, check the first one. Check the first.
Ooh.
Johnny.
Yo, is it just possible to get the CPU without the fucking fan that's included with the box?
Typically no, unless you get like a tray version of a
Because
CPU, but we don't recommend.
because I want to put like a CPU cooler, like a different one on there, like a Corsair or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You can get a
I just said
CPU.
that's also in Canadian too.
Like
So
What's the difference?
the stock cooler is not like permanently fixed to the CPU. It's not even fixed to begin with. You have to install it. So
So you can remove it, right?
it's not attached to begin with. You have to install it. So you just
Oh,
buy
okay.
a cooler and add it on. Like you don't. Yeah.
So also I don't have to put that shit on, and then I can just get my own CPU cooler and just
Yeah.
put a
Yeah.
different one on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very rare that CPUs come with coolers permanently fixed to them. Intel used to do that in the old days sometimes, and in
Mm.
servers, like in pre-sold servers, that exists, but typically no.
All right. Thanks.
All right, hold on. Let me read chat. Does this look stupid for a work PC for home? Okay. If you're doing a work PC, don't do Ryzen APU. Like, people who are into building PCs automatically assume building a PC is always the right way to go for everything. If it's just a work PC, you don't need integrated graphics that are like good for budget gaming because it's a work PC. You're doing like Microsoft Word. That's not GPU intensive. So just get like a used Office pre-built or a new Office pre-built even off of Newegg. Or you could scrape together stuff with like old parts and it would be totally fine for a typical Office PC anyways. If we're talking about like browsing the internet, looking at spreadsheets, watching videos, attending video calls, that sort
Not
of
to put
thing.
you on the
Yeah.
spot here, Aegis, but what's the difference between the HD 620 iGPU and Intel chips versus the AMD version with an iGPU in it?
AMD's iGPUs are a lot more powerful and designed around Vega, whereas Intel's iGPUs are based around Intel's own internal iGPU designs.
But what's the problem with that? If
Well,
the cost
Peace out.
isn't
Thank
anymore.
you,
The
guys.
AMD version is more like the build he sent me is $550, which is much more expensive than a used business pre-built would be.
Right.
Yep. Um, So it's not
Because-
stupid. I mean, the build itself is not great. You have some weird priorities, and there's no SSD for some reason, which would be impactful for a work build. So, yeah. But
I sent you
you can spend a lot less than this. You can get like an Optiplex for like 150 to 200 with like a decent i5/i7, and then add an SSD into it, and you'll be, all the way there to a decent office PC. Okay.
I sent you an
what's
updated
mhm.
PC part picker list with the recommendations you gave me.
All right, I'll take a look. What's a good looking case with good airflow? Well, good looking is up to you and not up to me, but good airflow, we'll just go through a couple of them that are like decent right now. I'm assuming you're in the US, so I'll switch to US here. And moving too fast for PC part picker. Okay, there we go. Case. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. $10 PC challenge, let's go. Nice. Buy used Raspberry Pi. That's what you do.
That's a good response there.
Power supply shroud. Yes. Okay. So good airflow. I guess the cheapest one right now would be MX331 mesh. NR400 is good. What else? Good airflow. MX330G has pretty good airflow. Montec X1 has good airflow. Dark Flash DLM21 mesh has good airflow. H18TG as well. That's good. Almost everything I have starred here is good. That is closed front. That's good. P300A is good once you add fans. MB311L is fantastic, even at stock. NX400 is decent. Vara R1 is decent. Neo Air is also really great, even at stock. Yeah, those are some good cheap cases. If you're looking for more expensive stuff, then 4000D Airflow, 4000X, Forge 100R, Landcool 215, not 205. It's somewhere down here. P360A. Yeah, those are good examples. And then if you want really expensive stuff, TD500, 500DX, P400A digital. Those are good. What is the power supply shroud? It's just something that hides the power supply from the side that you view the case in. So like a lot of cases that are cheap, you can see the power supply and all the wiring at the bottom of the case. And a shroud is just like a metal cutout that kind of covers that stuff up. Usually holds like drive cages and stuff like that too. For a 5950X overclocking, would you say the Gigabyte X570 Extreme is good? Well, if that board isn't good, then nothing is. A 5950X, I mean, if you're not extreme overclocking, like you're not doing LN2, you're just doing typical manual all-core, you could get away with a lot less. Like, I'll give you some examples. So you can get away with, first of all, a B550 board. And where would I start? I think B550 and Pro VDH Wi-Fi. If you can afford 5950X, you can definitely spend above that. So I would start looking like B550M Mortar is pretty good. B550 Aorus Elite, Aorus Pro AC, those are good boards. Aorus Elite AX is a good board. B550 Tomahawk is competent enough for that. If you want an ITX board, that's really cheap for some reason. Wow, okay. If you want an ITX board, that's also great. MSI's board is also fine here. B550 Extreme 4 is competent enough for that. Gaming Edge Wi-Fi, and that's where I'd stop. There are other boards past here, like Vision D is possibly notable, and Aorus Master is also really great. But that's where I'd stop. Like over here is where you're like kind of going into wasteful territory, whereas like this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Some of these boards are also fine. Yeah. What games can the Pi 4 play? I would need to try that. I'm sure you can find benchmarks online of people memeing on Pi 4s, but I have a Pi 4 in a box somewhere, and maybe I'll benchmark it on Minecraft or something. I don't know if Raspbian even supports that, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have to use Wineskin or something. All right, cool. Let me take a look at the list you sent me. You said you updated the list.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so EVGA, cool. Obviously that's a bad price for a 1660 Ti, but it doesn't really matter because step up only accounts for what you actually paid, so it doesn't really matter that much. Case is cool, just be aware you're spending a decent amount on a case, and that doesn't affect performance that much. If you're picking it for aesthetic reasons, that's okay. Power supply would still change. So yeah, I'll just do some quick changes on the build. And you have no RAM for some reason?
Yeah, I already have 32 gigs of DDR4 just laying around.
Okay, cool. So I'll change your SSD to 1 terabyte because it's better value right now. So we'll do like,
Okay.
MP33. And
I just put
then
4 gigabytes because I just wanted plenty of space. That's it.
let's do
So
550 watt. See what's available. We got S12.3, we got U9. Anything else notable here? TX. Now that I'm looking at that, the TXM is not that bad. Canada's power supply market is great right now. We'll do this though. U9 is probably more worth it. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Let me send you this. That. There we go. All right. And let's go looking for more people.
if you want, you can change. What would be a good change for the case for like a cheaper case? That would be like all right.
Like good airflow too.
Yeah.
Let me see. I mean, you do have micro ATX, so that opens up your options a little bit more.
Because like I'm looking to like literally buy this tonight.
Do you want tempered glass?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, in
As
that case,
long
get this. I'll just post the actual link to the case in chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, Focus G Mini is pretty good for that price. If you want something a little nicer, for like $10 more, this is tempered glass, mesh front, RGB fans. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's what I had, but yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yep, that's a really good case as well.
It's just does it have an exhaust fan?
It doesn't need one.
Why?
I mean, most cases don't actually need an exhaust fan.
Really?
Like most builds, especially your build, hardware that's pretty cool. Uh, you know,
Damn,
one fan is
that's
like enough.
really cool.
One well placed fan.
Really
People
cool.
always overestimate for airflow.
So the Cooler Master Box MB311L ARGB. Damn. All right.
That's a
There we
nice one.
go.
The big meta case right there.
Slapped her down. All right. We at 1119. All right.
Oh my
Just going
god,
to
somebody
like
assumed that an AIO is purple colored because the product render had it at purple RGB. Oh no. Ooh, my PC's lagging. Okay, there we go. Dude, my
what
3400G
PC,
is so slow, I can't even use macros properly.
what PC do you got?
I have a 3400G.
Is that good or bad?
It's good or bad depending on who you ask.
Like the PC that you saw, like from my part pickers list, I can pretty much play any games at 1080p fine at high settings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say a 1070 tier GPU can do that. So the 3400G has the best x86 based iGPU that's mainstream. So that's an accomplishment, I guess. But it's still not that great. You
I
know?
mean, is it worth it to upgrade to a 1660 Ti if I have a 1060 right now?
I would say no. I would say no. That's only about a 30% gain if off the top of my head. So
But I
that's
mean,
not really big.
I am going from a 3 gigabyte to a 6 gigabyte though.
That doesn't really mean anything. Because the cards
No?
themselves, yeah, ignore the VRM. The cards themselves, the performance is not that different. Oh, you're going from a 1063 gig? Okay, that would be more like a 40% gain. But still, I wouldn't say that's really a significant upgrade. For a GPU anyways. For a CPU or something like that, that would be very significant. But yeah, it's a GPU.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rigbone, I'll take a look at your list. I'll throw it up on the stream here. Hold on.
You know, honestly, just a side note there, you could probably get a 1070 for the same cost, if not less, than that damn 1060 Ti used.
Yeah, you definitely could, but
It's
you
a
don't have
two
the
series.
option for step up then. So that
It's just an older card, so I mean, if you're looking to upscale up that card, I mean, honestly, used, you could probably net something way bigger for the same price as a new one.
I
Yep.
mean, it
Yep.
is still beaten up. Like I've been using this one for 2 years. You think it's good to keep on using my 1060?
That's up to
No,
you. I mean,
no.
that's like whether or not you should upgrade is entirely up to, you know, are you satisfied with the performance you're getting in the applications you're using? And if the answer is yes, then you know you don't really need to
It's just the
upgrade.
thing is, I don't know what's dragging me down. Is it my processor or my GPU? Because I got an
What's your
i3
processor?
81. I got an i3 8100X.
And what games at what settings are you playing?
So I can't even play Rust at like low settings.
That
But
might
I
be your
have 8
GPU.
gigabytes of RAM in my PC right now.
That sounds like a team diff, not gonna lie. um,
So like
I can see you upgrading.
think it's probably my RAM and my CPU, right?
I think it could be your GPU too, but you would need to do performance monitoring, which if you go to the troubleshooting channel here, people can help you out with that, and you can try and figure out what's the biggest problem in your system. Although, you know, there's
That's fine.
obviously room for improvement with all three of your parts there.
Yeah, I'll just like fuck it.
yeah.
I'll just get the 1660 Ti. Whatever.
Sure. I mean, the only reason why I'm okay with that is because step up is a thing. If it wasn't a thing, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Yuck69, I'll take a look, and NMD. Okay, yeah, if I asked you to join this channel and you have a question, put it in voice chat text, and ping me. It's the second text channel from the bottom of the server, and I'll answer your question in due time. Okay, Rigbone. So this list here. Oh yeah, shit. Also, if you're new to this channel, I'm streaming this voice call on Twitch. So if you say something, just be aware you're being streamed. Okay.
Can't you get banned?
No, but he can.
Yeah, I can get in trouble. I mean, even if it's not like against the rules, I still want to, you know, be nice to people. So
But
they
you
just
can
are aware.
call Aegis a fat ass, and they're not going to worry about it. So
yeah. So Rigbone, what's the deal with this list? Is there any?
It's just for like 1440p gaming, streaming, editing, anything like that.
Okay. And is the editing like casual, or are we like, you know, kind of doing it as
Just casual.
Okay. In that case, I would try to do probably a 5600X instead. And then the cooler you can forego for now. You can use the stock cooler on the 5600X. If that doesn't suit you, there's no harm in getting a cooler later. So yeah, I would switch to 5600X. B550 Extreme 4 is a cool board, but it's not going to give you really any more satisfaction than the $110 B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi. So I would change to that. The RAM here, if you want RGB RAM, there's a fantastic deal on a really good kit of RAM right now. And this is a Black Friday sale that's actually good.
I think it's the Crucial Ballistics, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, you got it. I'll send it to you in the chat. If anybody else here is like looking to get some RAM and you're interested in overclocking, this is a really fantastic price for 16 gigs of RAM. It's $72 for 3600 16 18 probably. It doesn't say anything, but 16 18 I assume. Let's see. Nope, no details. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably 16 18 because it's Revy, and it's RGB too. That's pretty good.
Newegg sent me my RAM to like a house,
What the heck
couple
is a
houses down the
Wi-Fi
street.
motherboard? It's a motherboard that comes with built-in Wi-Fi capability. A2000 for 112. A2000 is a cool drive, but it's not worth 112. For a gaming, streaming, casual editing build, I would look for a better Black Friday sale to come along, or if you really need a drive right now, maybe like an SN550. That would be good.
Isn't like this is just a question? Is all motherboards Wi-Fi like capable? Like, can you buy
Yeah.
something?
Wi-Fi is just an addition to a motherboard.
Yep.
Okay.
Completely independent.
Yep.
So you can literally just buy the part and then like strap it on your motherboard and you're fine. Like,
Yep.
it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a PCIe or Wi-Fi or USB device.
So when they say Wi-Fi, they're just telling you it comes with the part that allows you to have Wi-Fi. And,
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
But it is in a different slot typically, so it is a little nicer, I guess, for expansion. But that typically doesn't matter to people. 6800 XT is cool, but good luck finding it for its MSRP. Good luck finding it at all. And on top of that, what kind of games are you playing?
Just FPS games, open world, anything like that.
Okay. I'd probably go for the 3080 instead because you're streaming. AMD has changed their encoder this generation to VCN 3.0, but we don't have enough benchmarks on how good that encoder is or whether it's changed significantly right now. So for the time being, I'm recommending that people get 3070s or 3080s if they're streaming. Yeah, pretty simple.
And
mhm.
board did you recommend?
Sorry?
What motherboard did you recommend?
The B550M
Change it
Pro
to.
VDH Wi-Fi. It's an MSI board.
I'm not able to find the Gigabyte B460M LGA 1200.
Which Gigabyte B460M board?
The DS3H.
AC?
That makes
Click on the PC
Yeah.
part picker merchant list and it should show you whether it's at Newegg or Amazon or another retailer.
wasn't able to
4000D
find.
airflow, that's actually a pretty good price for the 4000D airflow. So if you really like that case, that's pretty good. If you're switching to micro ATX like I suggested, look at the MB311L as well. It's around $60 and comes with fans. But if you really like the 4000D airflow, $65 is as low as it's ever been, so that's pretty good. And finally, the RM750X is not worth that price. I would change that to CubeX recommendation, the LEDX3 Gold SFF, which is pretty cheap. Yeah, that's like $100 right now for a really good unit. How much RAM do I need for what? I want to upgrade my CPU. I have a B250M Bazooka motherboard right now, but it can't run a 10400F or a 3600. What CPU do you have right now on your B250M Bazooka, Mr. Sharky?
I currently have an i5-7400.
Okay, in that case, I would probably, that's a quad core, no HT CPU, which is still usable for gaming right now. So what I would do, if I were you, is if you're not struggling too much right now in gaming, I would suggest waiting for a DDR5 platform, because right now on the market, DDR5 is going to be the next like big sea change in CPUs in terms of performance and other features. So I'd probably wait for that, but if you need to upgrade right now, then I can help you out. So yeah, like if you're like really struggling in games and it's because of your 7400, then we can figure something out. But if that's not the case, then I'd maybe consider waiting for a DDR5 platform.
Okay, so like if I were to wait for the new CPUs, when do you think those would release?
For DDR5, about a year from now. If you just want to wait for the next DDR4 platform, which would be Intel's Rocket Lake or 11th gen, that would be in a couple months.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
I require a PC build or else I will invade the USA. Sounds good. I'm not giving you a PC build. Is 3080 much better than 3070? I believe it's about a 30% difference in performance at 4K. Yeah, it is a 30% now that I remember. Which is big. I would say that's big enough to actually make the 3080 better value than the 3070. However, not everyone's playing at 4K and not everyone is playing games where that difference will be that big. So plan accordingly, you know, look at benchmarks. If you're playing at 1080p or 1440p, then maybe the 3070 is better value for you. Or if you're playing esports type games where your CPU is going to be the limiting factor or your RAM is going to be the limiting factor, then maybe a 3080 is not necessary or won't help you. Would something like this be good at cooling a 5600X? Auraflow. A 5600X is very easy to cool. So yes, it would be fine. Also, this is very cheap for some reason. That is almost like pricing error level cheap. So sure, go for it. And I've seen reviews of this cooler. It's pretty decent actually, given how cheap it is. So if you want an RGB AIO and you don't really care which AIO you get, you just want one, I'd say that's a pretty good deal actually. $50, that's very good. Gaming, streaming, editing. Okay. For editing, if you have a high budget, I would start with 32. So 2 16 gig sticks, and then upscale from there if necessary. I can grab a 3070 Aorus Master. I would not get a 3070 Aorus Master because that is a high-end 3070 model. And if you're going to buy a high-end 3070 model, you may as well get a 3080 because they're going to be close in price together. So, because, you know, you can push a 3070 all you want. From stock at least. It's not gonna be better than a 3080. So yeah. Since Zen 3 CPUs are impossible to get in Canada right now, and I want to build a PC during I got you, Tyzak, I'll look. and I want
Ooh,
to
I
build a
need it.
PC during this holiday because of the sales and everything. What Ryzen CPU do you recommend for a 3080 or 6800 XT? If you don't want to wait for Zen 3, go Intel. That's just
Yo,
how it is. Intel is just better value right now in Canada and in the US.
you want
Yeah.
to
What do
take
you-
away? Oh, sorry.
Is that
Oh,
deal
you're
with
really
Micro
loud.
Center not at 179 for the 3600 anymore, or what?
It is, but if you're gonna go to Micro Center, the 10400F is 150, which is even better value.
Oh,
Do you think
You
that
guess
Cooler
what?
Master fixed the leakage problems with their V2 line of AIOs? So far, I think so, because upon impact of the V1, like people were complaining about that shit every day, and now people aren't really. So I'm gonna assume they're fixed. Because usually Newegg reviews instantly, the eggs start rotting as soon as there's any failure rate issue. Like look at the B550 and ProVDH Wi-Fi's reviews. So I think it's okay, but only time will tell. It's cheap enough to be like, you can be a guinea pig. Does Micro Center have any good deals right now? Yeah, just CPUs really. Their CPUs, especially for like older gen CPUs, are pretty good right now. Like 10400F is 150, 3600 is 180. Yeah, okay. And Yuck69, didn't you send me a build? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at the build. Thank you LSD for the follow. Okay. Let's take a look here. 3600X is definitely not worth 300. X53 is kind of weird. I mean, if you want the Infinity Mirror, I get it, but like, just be aware, especially on a 3600X, which I would change anyways. It's $160 purely spent on aesthetics. So yeah, thank you, Dribbly. B558 Pro, again, not a board I would go with Ryzen 3000. I would go B450. RAM is $115 for like 10 gigs is awful. WD Blue SATA for M.2 is irrelevant at this point. 6800 XT is not available, so I would try to get the GPU first if that's hard to get. Power supply is a weird choice. There's better units around this price, I think, in Canada. And then TD500, that's actually a decent price in Canada, but obviously there's cheaper cases if you're interested. Want to take one last look at my list before I buy all the parts? Sure. Fun. And then Tyzak I'll get to you in a second. So fine. Okay, not the BQ. I sent you a power supply that you should pick, and it's not the BQ. It's the System Power U9. So not the BQ.
No, that's because I can't find the power supply that you sent me anywhere.
I mean, PC Part Picker indicates that it's in stock, and sometimes PC Part Picker is wrong, but I'll take a look. We'll find out.
It's only on Computers Canada or some stuff like that.
Yeah, Canada Computers has online ordering, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's on Canada
I
Computers.
just never heard of them before, so that's why.
Canada
I'm like-
Computers is like one of the biggest physical retailers of computers and electronics in Canada, so I'm surprised you've never heard of
Really?
them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's online. Yeah, there you go. There's one in my local Burnaby location here. Then you Dark Ace. All right, and then Tyzak, I'll get to you, and then I'll read through the rest of Twitch chat, and then I'll go to voice chat text. Okay. Isaac, this list is very strange. Trying to make a cheap PC to play games like Rust, GTA 5, CSGO, Overwatch. Okay. I want a consistent frame rate, but graphics aren't my main concern, so you don't care about the settings too much. Please edit this and try and make it decent. Thanks so much. I also buy most of these Facebook Marketplace. Okay. All right. In the UK, you are very fortunate to have possibly some of the most high value PC parts in the world, or PC prices in the world.
Yeah.
Notably, the Core i3 10100F, which is so fucking cheap in the UK that I called it like a few weeks ago, like the best value, like low-end CPU to ever exist at that price. It's ridiculous. So switch to the 10100F instead of the 3100. Drop the cooler, not necessary for both the 3100 and the 10100F. Motherboard would be changed to like something B460. I would avoid going to an H series board because you drop your PCI lane count to like 6, so don't do
Is
that.
it okay if you could edit it? Is that right?
Okay, when do you need this by?
What, the PC?
Yep.
Well, I don't really have any plans to make it before the end of the year.
Okay, in that case, maybe come back to me in like a month. Yeah, that'd be closer to when you're buying, and that would be more
I am
reflective of.
planning to build. I mean, I'm planning to buy all the parts within the week, probably.
Okay, well, do you want to buy them now?
I can.
Okay, great, let's do it. So what's your total budget?
Around. I mean, I don't know how much the parts are going to be used, but I don't know. Brand new,
Give me a
probably
number.
up to three.
Sorry?
Probably up to 350. Brand new.
Okay. Yeah, we can make something happen. It's gonna be a little bit of a squeeze, but I think we can make something happen. So that's 350 quid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I might be able to get away with you having only the GPU being used, which would be nice. So let's see if we can make that happen. Is that Dark?
Yes, it is.
What's up, dude? Oh, ballistics kits
Bro,
are
I
the
wake
cheapest
up-
kits in the UK, dude. This is like early 2020 meta coming back in. Let's go.
Hmm.
Oh my, this is exciting. Okay, we're gonna go for like.
V-Dye kits, for some reason, on eBay sells for like nothing.
Okay.
There was a Dark Pro kit that sold for like $80.
All right, let's
80
see.
bucks
I'm at
Australian.
250, and then ooh, this is gonna be really close. We can just get whatever case, and then ooh, this is gonna be really close. Can you do 400 quid?
Do I need SSD?
Even at this budget, I would put an SSD into a system.
Is that wait? What are the differences again, please?
So whenever we buy parts, we buy them because they positively impact our user experience. And while
Yeah.
games are kind of one aspect of, your user experience as a PC owner, SSDs will speed up almost every application's responsiveness, especially just relating to generic OS use. So
Okay.
I'd say that's pretty worth paying for, especially given how cheap they are. So here's a list. This is an extremely min-maxed build, but it's very appropriate for this system. So I will send
Alright.
you it in voice chat text. In the UK,
Thanks.
you are cucked. Feels British, man. My mum has an SSD. Very nice. Thank you, Crack Tricked. All right, what's your Tizak, right? Or Tizak?
Yeah. If possible, could you also add at least 500 gigs of external?
Of external?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that separate from your budget, or do you need to fit that in? Because that's probably not gonna fit in.
I mean, it's really cheap here. I don't care about speeds or anything. I can
Okay.
get 500 gigs of external. Wait, no, internal right now for £18.
Okay, for a hard drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's a relatively low power drive, you can take that and then just buy like an enclosure or like a USB to SATA cable off of Amazon,
Right.
and you don't need to spend the extra premium on getting an external hard drive then.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Remember when 3600 was 160 everywhere? Yeah, Sag. Why is that so cheap, bruv? Yeah, Ashley's going crazy right now. All right, hold on. I gotta read through chat now. Missed a lot of stuff. Okay. Hey man, my parts just arrived and I realized that you told me to buy 3000 megahertz memory, but the 10100F only supports 2666. Was this intentional? Yes, because 2666 megahertz kits are not cheaper than 3000 megahertz kits for some reason.
It's actually 1500 megahertz.
Dark, I will. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Okay. So 3000 megahertz RAM is fine. It will just downclock to 2666. And you can tighten timings at that point, but it's gonna be fine. Like having memory that's too high is always fine because your system will downclock, so it's okay. 3900 XT or 5800X for a new build for gaming and streaming. Neither. I would go 5600X or 10600K depending on how long you're willing to wait. If you need to buy now, 10600K is actually better value in most regions, even after accounting for cooler and motherboard choices. But if you are playing specific games like CSGO and Valorant, then the 5600X would be a better bet, even if it's more expensive. So, be cautious, look at benchmarks, and make sure everything goes right. What do you think about my shitty PC build for gaming, a tad bit of streaming? Take a look. this is stuff you already own, right? Because this looks like it was purchased a while. About 2K budget? Yeah, I'm really confused by a lot of these choices. These are stuff you already own, right? I just want that to be clear. Because this is just like outlandish for if you're buying this now, that's completely out of the question. Although you put a Kappa face, so I'm assuming you're memeing. Okay. Is CL16 RAM good? Sometimes. You don't need to don't buy RAM just looking at CAS latency or frequency. It's basically like the target value for most people who are buying RAM should be $50 for every 16 gigabytes. So right now that would be like $50 for 3000 C16, 3200 C16. That's all you gotta know. If you're not manually memory overclocking, that's the extent of your research should end there. It's like 3000 C16 or 3200 C16. If there's a nicer kit at that price, then you get that, but typically there isn't. Please check out my build. It's more of a budget. Any recommendation? Oh, okay. You put a space in between your so the bot kind of edited it, but I can.
Who is
mhm.
doing that with your mic? Is that Big Papa?
I don't know.
I think it is.
400 quid with a used 570 and 580. Yeah, Rev. Are you proud of me? Look at that shit. It's so good. It's so good. UK is actually like cracked right now. UK is popping off. What's going on
You know,
with my mic?
You know what sucks? Reddit
Well,
sucks.
Reddit does suck. That wasn't my
Bro,
build.
I woke up, I'll go to our hardware, and people are like, oh my god,
Okay.
oh my god, Intel fucking, like, what was it? Intel marketing says Intel is good. I'm like, no
Damn.
shit.
Corporate says corporate is
Damn,
good,
like,
dude.
tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, corporate has conducted an examination internally and has found no evidence of wrongdoing. The fuck is going on, Lamau? I don't know, dude. Why would you get a micro ATX motherboard over a normal ATX motherboard? Good question. Because it's cheaper. It gives you access to cheaper cases that are of similar quality to their ATX counterparts. So, yeah, micro ATX should be the default these days. Like ATX was important back when like people actually had, or the average consumer actually had like external like PCI devices that they needed more. But these days, sound like audio codec integrated, networking integrated.
Shit.
Like everything's integrated. So like it's very rare that you need more than one PCI slot. A lot of people don't even use a PCI slot. They're like unintegrated. So GPU that. So yeah, micro ATX should be the default these days. If like only ATX boards have a feature you're looking for, like for example, I was talking to Ashley earlier, none of the Z490 micro ATX boards have Thunderbolt 3, so you would need to go ATX for that. That would be a reason to go ATX, or if you have like a bunch of PCI devices and you need like slots. But usually that doesn't apply to people, so micro ATX is cheaper, so that's why that's usually the default. If ATX is cheaper, then I would recommend that, but that's typically okay. So Dark AC, I'll take a look at your list here. So 1650 is not worth buying, period. This is not available, this is not available, so I won't comment on those. I'm assuming this was like 65 when you checked it, maybe it just went out of stock. Where's the SSD? 3600 isn't worth buying right now, definitely not a 275. This board I wouldn't pair with a 3600. There's a cheaper board that's more relevant, the B450M Pro 4. And if you're gonna buy a 16 series card now, out of desperation or whatever, get an EVGA card so you can step up. Thermaltake Smart is garbage, and if you're gonna buy up here RGB fans, it's acceptable because they're really cheap. But just be aware, don't expect them to last long, and don't expect them to provide you with good airflow or noise. So yeah, if you're gonna spin them as low RPM and just use them as a decoration, that's fine. Okie dokie. Okay. I've applied for the Step Up program. Just to clarify, when the successor to the 2060 comes out, do I pay the difference between the new card and how much I paid for the... Yes, that is how it should work. Do you think a 212 Black can handle a 5 GHz all-core overclock 700K? No, I don't. But it depends on the airflow in your case and your ambient temps. Also, how high of a voltage you have on that 9700K and your current throttling limits and all that. So maybe, but probably not. Actually, if you had time, chop and change this. Budget's roughly 1600 euros, but nothing hard set. Okay. I'm not gonna edit this, but I'll talk about it. Sure. So again, 5600X or 10600K. Germany will have to see prices in the coming days whenever you're buying. Cooler is maybe fine, but there's probably cheaper options. X570 Gaming Edge Wi-Fi is certainly not worth it for anything, even at that price. That's a decent. For gaming and streaming, I'd go 16 gigs of better RAM instead of 32 gigs of that RAM, especially for that price. Good price on the 860 Evo, actually. Not problematic. That's fine for that price. That is pretty bad for that price, but... And then I'd change your power supply as well. Not a terrible power supply, but I'd still change it at that price point. So, not terrible. Most of the mistakes were made here, but luckily, this part over here looks okay. Yeah, those look okay. You did okay in the story. Just bought the PC you recommended me for around 250 quid. Really, that was really fast. Holy shit. Good job. I mean, if you got those exact parts, good job. Just some flexibilities though on what I sent you. The board can obviously be basically any B460 board because it's a 10100F, not exactly a high current processor. And then what else? The RAM also not strict. Just go 3000 and plus megahertz 16 gig kit.
Okay.
And then what else did I send to you? Power supply, try to get that new because I don't think there's good used power supply prices typically, unless you're really lucky.
Yeah.
And then GPU, obviously used. You're gonna look for a used 570, 580, 1060, 6 gig, that sort of thing, or a 970 even, a GTX 970. Yeah, those would be the parts you're looking for.
Yeah, I did buy a 970 off Facebook Marketplace just now.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
All right, great. What RGB case fans would you recommend? Depends on what your total budget is. In most regions, a safe bet for like bulk RGB case fans that come with a easy controller setup is Deepcool RF/CF/UF. Those are pretty cheap. If you're Gelid Stella is not accessible in most regions because of extremely steep shipping costs. But if you're in the countries where shipping is cheap for that for the Gelid website really, then sure, that's an option. If your budget is a couple hundred, I would not be buying RGB case fans. Period. I mean, if you're, I'm assuming budget for the whole build. Yeah, I would not be buying RGB case fans. Oh, just for the fans. Okay.
Super cheap ones
and how
off
many do you
eBay.
need?
They're not going to work well.
How many do you need? 4. Okay. 4 is a weird number because most packs come in 3 or 5. But and they're like 120 mil. I'm assuming they're 120 mil. Okay. I do like HF 120s then. HF 120. These dudes over here. That's a 3-pack, and I think you can buy a single off of the Enermax site as well. So yeah, I'd probably do something like this, and then try and get a single other one of these. I don't know if they sell them in single packs, but you can check. Case fans, HF20. Only in 3-packs. Maybe you can contact them. Maybe you can contact them about, or get a different RGB fan for the single. This is a pretty good pack though. Okay. I'm really new at this. Can you please edit my list? The reason I have Corsair ran aesthetics, my goals. Okay. Yuck69, when do you need this list by? Is this like super urgent or what's going on? Also, I think we've had some changes. If you're new to this channel, I am streaming this voice call on Twitch, so if you say something, just be aware you're being streamed. Cool. This is my current PC build, planned PC build. Can you edit it? Looking to buy ASAP. Okay. Any parts I should keep from my PC? I'm the dude with the shitty PC build for gaming and a tad bit of streaming. Looking for it to be around 2K. Okay, 2K is a really high budget. Like, you have a lot of space to play with here, so good. So let's look at your current PC build. Let's take a look. So you've got 6th generation Intel Core i5. Oh, you're the guy with the 1063 gig. Okay, cool. All the specs. No SSD. Okay, yeah, I'd sell this as a package. Maybe add an SSD to this thing and then just sell the whole thing. Yeah. You could probably make like 500 or something, or probably more if you add an SSD to this thing. So 500, 600, you could probably sell that. Okay.
Yo, thanks, man. I gotta go now, though.
Alright, see you, dude.
Alright, thank you. But
No problem. Alright, cool. Has anyone already asked about a $750 PC? Not exactly that number. Help. Alright. Yep, this is a problematic list a little bit here. What kind of games are you playing? Big Paparuski. What kind of games are you playing? What motherboard did you suggest over B450? Dark AC? Anyone else that has a question? Please type in voice chat text. The second channel from the bottom. Also, when are they unlocking the limit of this channel? Sag. The admin said they were gonna work on it like 3 hours ago, and they said it would be done in 1 hour, and it's not done. Wah. Be a little whiny bitch until it's done. For Honor, League of Legends, Warzone, and Sea of Thieves. So Warzone is probably the most intensive game out of what you've listed there. I want to see some Warzone benches actually. Let's take a look. Tech Power Up. Let's see some Warzone benches. Oh shit! Tech Power Up reviewed the Vulcan G. I gotta check that out. But Warzone. I wonder if Warzone is part of the bench suite. No COD Warzone.
Actually, Sag, because
Oh my god, my keyboard.
SSD reviews on Tech Power Up can't really be trusted.
Okay, that's what Noom is saying, but it's not entirely true because that's only for like really high-end SSDs that break that 700K
No, but like
IOPS
you
limit.
can. Yeah, but I remember correctly. I think like
Aegis, I want an emote.
like,
Okay, I'll figure out
the
something.
consumer stuff like E18, 2264 and stuff are getting fast enough that
Don't worry,
I
it doesn't
remember,
matter. It doesn't matter. That's like high Q random. Like that really doesn't matter. Trust me, it's gonna be okay.
yes, it does.
No wait, who does that matter to? Who does deep Q random matter to?
People circle jerking over SSDs.
Okay, but like, do we care about those people? We don't. Holy
No.
shit, this is bad. Yo, look at this. What the fuck? This is really bad.
Send it.
It's literally the worst drive on the entire bench, the Vulcan G. What the fuck? Hold on. Wait, what components does it use? It uses 2258 XT, right? It's 2258 XT and 64. It's bit column stacking 3. Like, what's the problem? Or bit cost scaling 3. Yeah, what is this thing's problem? Jesus Christ. Okay, at least that's decent. Okay, never mind. Holy shit. Okay, never mind. I lied. Apparently that is a lot more deceiving than I thought it was. Averages 83 megabytes a second. Holy moly, that's bad. Yeah, this is definitely purely secondary drive usage. Oh dear. Oh dear lord.
Okay, that's a quick question. Like it's like a 2-second question.
Yeah, sure, dude.
If you look in voice chat text, can you tell me if this card supports double display monitors? I see there is a DVI and HDMI slot.
Almost every GPU that's modern should support at least 2 displays.
It's a 1050 Ti.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Okay, I'll just get 2 different cables for it. Thank you so much, Aegis.
No problem, dude.
You have a good day.
Rock, paper, shotgun. Alright, today we're going to be using rock, paper, shotgun as a benchmark. Warzone.
Yo, Aegis.
Hi.
Can we go with AMD instead of Intel?
You'd be spending more to get basically the same performance, but sure. Kind of funny because, you know, a year ago you would have been doing that for Intel. But
Really? Hey, Intel right now is better?
yeah, I mean, objectively. It's not, I think. It's objectively better value right now. For most cases, anyways.
Well, it doesn't
Whoever
really matter,
designed the
whatever,
Vulcan
it's
G,
better.
Yeah, I mean...
whoever designed the Vulcan G really fucked up because it's
yeah,
slower
no,
than
the
QLC
firmware,
and to do
it looks like
5.8
it looks like the firmware is the problem, and also the extremely aggressive SLC caching, because the BX500 has almost an identical setup, but performs like shit, but like not that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's actually
No,
garbage.
but like,
Even
isn't
in
BX500 isn't it BX500 QLC now?
That's only on the larger sizes, and the one TPU tested was like 2018, which was before it shifted to QLC.
Oh, cool.
And it's a 480 gig drive too, which means it's not QLC. Yeah. Fun fact: the BX500 has a 960 gig and a 1 terabyte size, of which only one is QLC. So have fun.
Is Saber and Rocket 4 Plus out yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, so I will talk about this list now. We're just gonna start your list over from scratch again. Like I said, that HP pre-build, I would just sell it as a package. Maybe add an SSD, some RGB strips, increase the value. You know, you're sold. Okay, all right. So, let's talk about this list. 2K. We have a lot of room to work. And you said you had a friend that has a, oh no, that's Yuck. Never mind. So Yuck 69, if you're gonna wait till the end of the year, I would probably wait like maybe a month. Maybe a couple weeks, not a month. A couple weeks for the holiday sales. If you want, you can come back on the day of Black Friday and ask me if there's any like crazy deals that you should get that are not gonna be, there's not gonna be better deals than that on like near Christmas, and then we can figure something out. But I'd probably wait a bit because like right now just everything's hard to get. Even if you have a GPU available, like if you're planning on getting Ryzen 5000, which you're saying competitive level FPS, so that's probably something important to you, then yeah, I would wait because right now the 5600X is hard to find. I hope you're using the DF850 in builds. I haven't had the chance yet. Yeah, I know it's like 110, but I haven't had the chance yet. Nobody's US high budget yet. Actually, this guy is, doesn't he? Yeah, he's US 5. Okay, we'll do that here. Great. I'm gonna start your list over from scratch, Ruski, and we will make you a list. So first, 10600K is 274. Do you have a micro center near you, Big Papa Ruski?
What is a micro center?
Okay, what state are you in?
Washington.
I don't think there's a micro center in Washington, but I will check. MC locations. Okay, locate. There we go. Store location. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing in Washington. Okay. We have shitty fries. Oh, you're in Washington. Oh, right. I forgot you're Pacific Northwest. Okay. We'll do 10600K then. Ooh, that's not even a good price though. Like, cringe. This is ultra cringe. 5600X. Not available. So I guess we'll go with what's available then. 10600K. Let's see if there's a chiller that we can pair with this thing. SE224 XT basic. Okay. Would you prefer a white or a black cooler? Do you care?
I like a black and red.
Black and red. Okay, we'll go for the black SE224 XT. Come on, PC part picker. Okay. Noob? You call me a noob one more time, Mr. Left Skull, and I'll show you who the real noob is. Okay? I'm gonna challenge you to a 1v1 in Minecraft, and then I'll cream you. Okay?
Noob.
I'll cream you. Okay, I'm actually gonna go Z490 Gaming Plus. Or actually, you have a pretty high budget, so maybe I'll get something nice. Gaming Edge Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm gonna do gaming. Do you need Wi-Fi?
What do you mean?
Do you need Wi-Fi, or are you gonna use Ethernet?
Oh, I have Ethernet.
Okay, cool. I mean, we'll get it anyway. It's just a nicer board. I'm feeling charitable, and then we'll get you the nice Revy kit as well. The $70 one. Get that. You want a big pop. Okay, and then storage. How much storage do you need?
Not sure. I had 2 terabytes on my
Bow
PC.
impact for the ball. Do you want 2 terabytes total?
4 would be nice, but I've never really maxed out on storage.
Okay. In that case, I'll give you a single 2 terabyte SSD to start you off, and then you can expand later on. Because 2 terabytes is a really good starting point.
Yeah.
Holy shit, my 3400G cannot keep up with a browser. I cannot scroll properly. This is great. Wow. I think I'm about to recommend... Okay, never mind. I was about to recommend an 860 Evo for the first time in like 2 years in North America, but never mind. There's an EX950 to save the day. Video card, we'll do a 3080. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have told you to get the 3080 first. Yeah, that's my mistake. Okay. Did I tell you about finding a 3080 before or no?
Yes.
Okay. So how has that gone for you? Have you found any success with that?
No, I
No?
saw one. I saw one was posted on Stock Drops, but it was gone in less than 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, keep trying at that. I mean, you've already kind of gotten into the groove of doing that, so I'm going to make you a list anyways. And yeah, so some of the things I'll point out is the stuff you want to buy now, and then some of the other things you can wait. So we'll talk about that in a second here. Do you have any preferences when it comes to your case?
Yeah, I prefer cases that look pretty aesthetic.
Okay, but like, can you be a little bit more specific? Because your version of what looks good is different from what mine is.
Well, I mean, it varies from case to case. I mean, you could just leave like a general space for case, and I could decide on one later.
Okay, I mean, I'll just put a case in there for now, and then that's a pretty good case. And then if you want to change from that, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Revolution DF 850 watts is $110. Okay, so a couple things that you should buy ASAP, and then a few other things that you don't need to buy ASAP. So we'll talk about that. So Big Paparuski, there's your list, and I'll talk about a couple of the things on this list here. So, a few things that I would suggest buying right now. The RAM, because that's on sale right now, and it's probably going to go up in price after it's done being on sale. The storage, that SSD is pretty cheap for the EX 950 2TB, so I would get the SSD now, and I would also get the power supply now. So RAM, storage, power supply, I would get those ASAP. Everything else here is basically normal price. Nothing is on sale besides those three things. So CPU, you can wait to see if the 10600K will go down in price, which I think it will. Cooler will probably not go down in price, so maybe pick that up, but it's not really like a rush because it's on sale. It's just cheap generally, so you don't need to rush to get the cooler. Motherboard, that's definitely not on sale, so you can wait for that as well. And then obviously the 3080, you know, good luck. And then the Neo Air, the case is also not on sale, so it's a good case even at that price, but you know, take your time. But power supply, SSD, RAM, I would get those now. All right, cool.
Nice.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Quick question. Would there be any benefit in putting this from to a liquid cooled PC?
Not really. Liquid cooling is mostly aesthetic. Like a 10600K, you can easily get it to most of its potential on that cooler, on that $30 air cooler, and a 3080 you can get it to most of its potential, almost all of its potential, on a decent thought cooler, like a TUF, for example.
Fuck me.
All right, let's not shout stuff like that.
MFT's been doing it for the past like.
It's fine. Making sexually inappropriate noises and remarks. Okay. that was a weird shit. That was some weird shit to type out. He said lol. I mean, he had it coming. I miss Gaming X GPUs, classic Red Boys. There are still Gaming X GPUs on AMD side at least. Do you really miss the Gaming X GPUs? Like, come on, they were like spiky and shit. I don't know. They're kind of weird. Can you help me with my cousin's build? $750. This is as far as I got, but feel free to scrap it. Okay, you've sent the wrong list. You've sent a version of the list that's universal, or it's cookie based. So you need to send the list that I sent to you. There you go. You got it. Long name incoming. What do you want me to talk about in this list?
I just want to know that's good. That's fine for now.
Okay, I'll take a look in a second.
I don't know much about computers.
Yep. Also, if you're new to this channel, I am streaming this voice call on Twitch, so if you say something, just be aware of being streamed. I probably should have said that earlier before you started talking, but whatever.
It's fine.
When do you need to buy full tower over mid tower? Full tower and mid tower are kind of dubious distinctions. They're kind of arbitrary. So it really depends. Like there are mid towers that are bigger than cases that are marketed as full towers. But generally full towers will have more space for stuff like water cooling, a lot more drive bays, both 5 1/4 inch and 3 1/2 inch. Possibly
Wait, we talking about
support
dick sizes?
possibly support for EATX and space for longer power supplies, space for multiple GPUs in some cases. Yeah, stuff like that basically. So, but those, like all the things that I just listed typically don't apply to most people. So, yeah. No one here's talking, just mute, long, perfect silence, and can now.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Do you think the Corsair 4000 the Airflow is a good case? Because right now it's $95 on Amazon for like a little cheap sale, and that's Canadian dollars as well. So I don't know.
Your mic is like super glitchy, dude.
So clear, then it so wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Your internet just decided to like bid crush your voice.
You should invest in a mic instead of a case.
Maybe.
Do you think the Corsair 4000D Airflow is good? Because on Amazon it's $95 right now.
No, 95 is a pretty bad price for that case. It was like 65 on Best Buy earlier today, and that was okay. But still, Neo Air is better. Yep, Neo Air is better. Still better.
Man, I have no idea anything about computers.
That's okay. Most people here don't. She wants AMD, but the prices don't look amazing. Yeah, if you care about money, I'd go Intel right now, which is a really weird thing to say, but 2020, folks. Weird shit happens.
That's 2020 for you.
Can someone explain why the 5700X is better for gaming? The 5700X doesn't... Oh, he's not even in the voice call, so...
Oh.
I'm going to tell him to join the voice call. You don't have to talk, just listen, but if you can't join, you should ask. Red. Do I need to buy an operating system? Good question. No, you can use Windows unactivated, or you can use it... if you're a student, your school might have access to like Windows 10 education keys. Your workplace might also have access to Windows 10 keys. Or you can pay full price, or you can ask me for help activating Windows when you're done with your build. I can do that as well. So you said that the SE224XT can almost max out a 10600K. However, the 212 Black can probably not get a 5 GHz overclock on a 9700K. So is the SE224XT just a superior in general? First of all, the 9700K and the 10600K are two different CPUs with different heat output. The 10600K has thin die solder TIM, which is a very significant improvement in terms of cooling. Which is why stuff like the 10900K doesn't get that hot despite drawing so much power compared to like a 9900K, which is famously extremely hot. So that's one difference. And number two, yes, don't get it twisted, folks. The SE224XT is a better cooler than the 212 Black. So many people are like, yeah, but like it's Cooler Master, and it's like all like there was a dude in the build, there was a moderator or an admin in the Build a PC sales server that I was like talking to earlier, and they were like the 212 Black is a better option, and it's like, you know, all the coolers down there are like the same, and like the SE224XT. And then I was like, I showed him the benchmarks, and it's like the SE224XT is better than the ETS T50X. That's an Enermax cooler. The ETS T50X on the Tech Power Up bench, the SE224XT can handle like an overclocked 8700K Prime 95, and the ETS T50X throttles. Now, if you look at Tom's hardware bench, ETS T50X is about equal to the Dark Rock 4, which destroys the 212 Black. So even if you don't have a direct reference, a direct comparison, that's pretty easily like obvious. Like the 224XT is just better. It's such a fantastic value cooler. It does have a high RPM fan, so it has that to its advantage. But if you have a, you know, a CPU that's not as hot, it's going to be lower RPM anyway, so it's not going to be allowed. Yeah. Okay, if I don't buy it, will I not have like Word and shit? No, Office activation is different from Windows activation. What are optical drives? CD and DVD and Blu-ray. LMAO MFT server muted. I mean, dude, you can tell people to fuck you, but like, probably not in this channel. You can ask them in like general. I'm sure those folks would be more receptive. I feel like I'm in class, but it's all in Russian. If you have any questions though, ask your questions. You know, if you don't understand something that someone's saying, you have to ask your question. Otherwise, you're just gonna be in the dark forever. You know? Definitely ask your question. Thanks. Okay, cool. Am I missing somebody's question? I think I might be missing. Oh yeah, long name incoming. Look at your build. This build is not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible. I'd probably give it like a this is like the most it's like the most 3 out of 7 list to ever 3 out of 7. The CPU is kind of questionable, but if that's justifiable, then yeah, this is like super like 3 to 4 out of 7. Yeah. It's super like meh. Okay, Ashley, you can't be cussing out our Russian friends here, okay? What is a good motherboard with a price range of around $100 for what CPU? GPU Tweak 2 versus Afterburner. I think Afterburner in most cases. I'm not really that familiar with GPU Tweak though.
What AMD processor?
For AMD, I mean, if your motherboard, yeah, that does depend on the processor. I was gonna be like, you're probably doing like, actually no. If your budget for a motherboard is $100, you should not be buying AMD, because that would involve you buying a 3100 or a 3600, neither of which are worth buying right now. Rate my list, please. He's not even in the voice call. Hold on. Join another voice channel, and I'll move you in.
Okay. It has to be completely changed anyways.
Is it bad?
5600X, 212 black, the fan
50s,
game.
you mean 3600?
CXM, MX500, M.2.
Hey, the RAM is actually not a bad choice. Okay. If my power supply is dog shit, does it affect my RAM? I'm on Twitch. No, it should not. It should not. Unless
power supplies do not inherently affect performance.
No, he told me one of his RAM sticks is not being detected, but that shouldn't be because of your power supply. Yeah. That'd be very strange.
That'd be a motherboard problem because
it's either a motherboard or one of your sticks is dead. And switch your sticks to troubleshoot that. This is why you go to troubleshooting. They will tell you how to do process of elimination. Yeah.
Noise.
Oh, triple shot depresso made it in here. Okay, cool. I already have an AMD CPU from my dad and he didn't use it. It's a Ryzen 5. Which Ryzen 5? That's like saying i5. And then there's like 20 i5s you could be referring to. More than 20, but you know, you get my 3700X? Okay. B450M Pro 4. When do you think there will be 5600X available again? Gradually. It's going to be kind of like the 3080, 3070, you know. Retailers are going to gradually restock them and eventually they'll be fully available. Dark AC, you're making like snake noises, like hissing. What's going on, dude? That shit's loud. Okay. Rate my list, please. Okay, I'll throw it up on the stream here. Okay. So Ryzen is not worth buying right now outside of the 5600X for fringe use cases in North America. 212 black is definitely not a cooler I'd get on a 3600X, which the entire point of that CPU is the stock cooler, so whack. B550 PG4 is also a really strange choice. The RAM is probably the best choice here, and that's assuming you're not manually overclocked, so that's fine. MX500 is not relevant for M.2 and not at 55 for 500. Instead of a 5600 XT, that's not a good price for it, even at a Black Friday. But considering the current situation that we have, I'd go for an EVGA 16 series new GPU, which would be worse performance in the short term, but it would allow you to step up to a much better value GPU in the near future. And finally, CX650M is definitely not worth 85. So, all in all, your list is a solid 1 out of 7. Cool. I don't know if this makes a difference, but she wants to buy tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yuki, I'm going to send you a form to fill out. And once you've filled out that form, just post it in one Discord message. Just the whole form, one message, and I'll make you a list. So take your time, type it out, and we'll get something done. Okay, did I miss any questions up here? I don't think I did. That guy left. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that Vulcan G review, really sad. Really sad. PC database. Someone's pinging me in PC database.
Aegis.
Aegis read and his brain grow. How else do you learn things? Surround yourself with smarter people. It's hard though, because how are you supposed to discern who's smarter than you? It's kind of hard. I feel like once you get to a certain point, maybe, but like still, if you're really studious and you are good at finding sources, like you're good at academia, I'd say reading is more important than surrounding yourself with smarter people. Obviously, having both is better, but if you had to pick one, reading.
Aegis, I'm planning on building another budget PC, the same price. Could you help me out later with that, or like
Same
whenever?
price? That's like 2K is definitely not budget.
No, I mean like this time I want to make it like a bit higher price.
Okay, so definitely not budget then, but sure, yeah, I can help you with that. There's
Like
a
around
5600X
5,000.
available for 499 Canadian. What do you think? Well, let's see how much the 10600K costs in Canada, and then I'll give you my opinion on that. Oh wait, I literally just had it, and now it's gone. I'm a genius. Okay. 10600K is 350, so definitely not. Yep, no on the 5600X for 500. I'm trying to use AMD for at least the CPU because it is what I'm most familiar with. Now that is something you don't hear very often. You don't hear that shit very often. Every time someone justifies buying a CPU with I'm most familiar with this brand, it's always Intel. Like I think you're one of the first people that's been like I've only used AMD. That's kind of impressive. Okay. Anyways, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Because the brand that makes your CPU is like very little bearing on your user experience. At least the brand alone. Obviously, the specific CPU does. But a CPU is a CPU, my guy. Alright? CPU is a CPU most of the time. My dad only buys AMD. Weird champ. Yeah, weird champ. Just tighten timings and disable GDM. Hey, not everybody's gamer, okay? Not everybody can disable GDM, okay? Can I have some help making a 500? He's not even in the voice call. Join the VC. What would you recommend for the M.2? P2 right now for 500 gigs. Because nothing else is on sale for some reason.
Do you know what a good 500 watts power supply unit is?
If you're in the US, the Segotep GP is like...
I'm not in the US.
What country?
I'm in Canada.
Okay. The Be Quiet System Power U9 is a good budget, I think 500 watt unit. Right now it's like 60 Canadian or something. Ship it to Canada.
Okay,
That's
I'll
actually
check
not
it
a
out.
bad idea. That's actually not a bad from Amazon at least. The import fee might not be that high. What's up, Saturn RX? Thank you for the follow. What's up, dude? All right, when? Tomorrow. Budget 750, preferably not use. Local retailers, none. Florida does no center, blah, 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 blah. Purpose gaming, storage 500. The only requirements are white. Okay, cool. Feel free to scrap. Yeah, I'm going to scrap that. But, wow, 970 EVO is pretty cheap, huh? Okay, whack. 970 EVO plus 2 terabyte was like 250 recently. Or actually, I think it's not even over that sale. That's crazy. Alrighty. I'm in now, Aegis. What's up, dude? Also, if you're new to this voice call, I am streaming this voice call on Twitch, so if you say something, just be aware of being streamed. And also, if you want to see what I'm talking about, but with a 10-second delay, you can watch the stream, I guess. Wait, why is there a black bar under my Firefox thing? Whatever. Is 100% CPU usage and 70% usage fine? You mean GPU usage? Typically you want your GPU to be at 100% or close to 100%, and then your CPU not at 100%. So if you're at 100% CPU usage and 70% GPU usage, you're probably gonna have stuttering, and tearing. So, or yeah. My dad built a system for his brother a while ago, and he went with an FX 8350. Daj. I saw you on Wormier Gang Discord server. Lol. The Worm Gang Discord server is still active. That's pretty funny. That's a nice server. You have a Discord server? I don't, because I can't be asked to. But the Discord server I'm on is discord.gg/buildapc. So it's the Build a PC Discord. Pretty big, pretty thick. if you want to join, there's the invite. I'll send it in chat. Okie dokie. So Yuki, I will go over your list now, and we'll take a look at your requirements. I'll just show them to chat real quick. So basically, $750 gaming, 500 gig SSD, DLM21 mesh, micro ATX, which I was going to do anyways. No overclocking, no peripherals. So it's basically $750 gaming, cases preset. That's basically it, and 500 gig storage. So pretty easy. Aegis Discord, dude. If I had a Discord, I would go insane. So no. All right, we're doing 10100. We going ham. We going in. DS3HAC. We're going memory. We are going. Oh, I just realized my command still has build help 1 written in it. Hold on. Let me change that. I love what you do, just helping others in some free time. Yeah, dude. I mean, as well.
It's the Dark Pro 12, the overpriced and overhyped power
DPP12?
supply.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the AXI competitor that's like more expensive and is worse. It's great.
Hey, I have a Dark Pro 12, okay?
All right, everybody say cringe. No, I'm kidding.
You bought it just because it was fully digital, that's why.
Bro,
Yes,
dude, RMI is fully digital. What are you doing?
Yeah, but
Hey. That sucks. It comes with braided cables.
HXI is digital. Okay, RMI is digital. HXI is digital. AXI is digital. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're just not requiring crap software to work with.
What do you mean, bro? Corsair Link is epic. It's epic. Very gamer. Okay, honestly, if I had to pick between Link and IQ, I would pick Link. IQ feels bloat and slow as fuck.
All I gotta say is, does your power supply have an overclocking button? Because mine does.
You have an
Alright?
overclock? What?
Yes.
What the
Sorry
fuck?
about that. I just
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah, you want me
That's
to take
insane.
a picture of it? You want me to take a picture of it?
No,
and send it to you?
I don't want to cringe any harder. Is
No,
full mod
fuck.
Segotep good? No, Segotep's only relevant unit is the GP600 right now. Yep. I'm thinking about making my own PC soon, so maybe I'll drop it next time. Sounds good, my dude. Sounds very epic. Sounds extremely gamer, I would say. What do you think
Hey,
about this power
so-
supply? Okay, you're memeing. Nice. Can you scrap my build and give me a good build, assuming I have a 3080, budget of 2300 Canadian, is that considered? Yeah, okay. But first, let me finish this build for Yuki here. Let's do this, Yuki. Let's go. We'll do T-Force, I guess. Because I'd rather go with Team than Oloy for $2 more. I might be wrong, though. Damn. Dude, we need to do an investigation on, like, Oloy versus Team customer service to see whether I'm being irrational or not. 665p, 1 terabyte for 83. Yes, sir. I will take that. I will fucking take that. Alright. It's time to see if I'm a meme lord or not. Alright. 1650 super for 250. I'm gonna have to do it so they can step up. I'm sorry, Yuki. I'm committing a war crime. This is actually so sad. Oh my god. This is actually so sad. You said aesthetics you don't care about, right? Aesthetics, the only requirement is the DLM21 mesh. Okay, so you're taking care of that. I'm not gonna put a case in here. You know what you're getting. And then power supply will do the Segotep. Alright, that's it. So there's your list, my good friend. Okay, so Yuki, the only question you probably have about that list is why is there a 1650 Super that costs $250 in that list? And the answer is, okay, hold on. I want to see if it's actually in stock, because if it's not in stock, never mind, it's out of stock. Okay, PC Part Picker is just backtracking Office Depot pricing. Oh man, this is really rough. This is real rough, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Is there any EVGA card that you can get right now? This is so cringe. Oh my god. Oh god, it's so cringe. Are you gonna have to go to staples.com to buy your GPU? What is happening? Okay,
They
it's
have to
actually
do
in
what they have to
stock.
do.
Yeah, this is just, oh god, this is so. I didn't know PC Part Picker had Staples. It has Staples on it. Anyways, Yuki. There you go. Okay, so the reason why I've gone for an EVGA 1660 that costs $240 here is because right now, at your budget, there are no good GPUs. And so, well, there's like the 5600 XT for like occasionally pretty cheap. But if you want to take advantage of the new GPUs that are coming out for the low end, so of course you've seen, I'm sure, the 3070, 3080, and the AMD GPUs as well. But if you want a shot at the lower end cards, like the 3060 or whatever they choose to call it, what this EVGA Step Up allows you to do, which is a program EVGA offers, is if you buy a GPU within the next 90 days, if you register for the Step Up program, you can pick a new GPU that they're selling, like a 3060 or something like that, and you pay the difference between the price that you paid on your old card. And then you send your old card in, and you can get a new card. Which basically, if you're buying this ASAP, it removes the regret factor, basically. So like, if you bought like a 5600 XT now, and then 2 months from now, a 3060 comes out that demolishes the 5600 XT, which is probably going to happen, you're not going to feel regret because now you can step up using this overpriced GPU. So there you go. Yankee, please. Oh shit, that's a lot of people that need to be yeeted into here. Hold on. VC move build advice 2. I got you, boys. Got you. I got you, boys. I got you. Magic.
Does anyone know of a software to clone drives?
Yeah, there's a lot of softwares out there that like Clonezilla, there's
Move back
Struimage.
down, Sky.
Yeah.
Wait, really
Oh,
quick.
did I move you guys by
Yo.
accident? Oops.
Well, really quick, Aegis. The dude's got a budget of like, I don't know, 600, 650. And he had a 1650 put on his list. And usually you guys recommend 1660 Super, right?
Right now, no. Right now, I'm doing. Did you hear what I just said, or did I move you after? I think I moved you after.
Yeah.
Right now, we're recommending like EVGA 1660s. So
That's actually, you put that on there. For
yeah,
his...
for step up, you have to clarify that they should use the step up program though, because otherwise, the 1660 for $240 is garbage. If you're not gonna step up.
What about so not the Super, but the regular?
Well, the Super's not even in stock if you have to go EVGA. So since EVGA is the only company that offers step up, you have to get an EVGA card, and they're all overpriced right now because I'm assuming maybe people have caught on to this. So, yeah.
Yeah, but like, what's the likelihood of you getting step up? Because I heard problems with people trying to step up with their 2080s to 3080s and stuff like that.
That's because the 3080 is very sparsely available, so you might have some waiting time. But lower end cards are always higher supply and higher demand, so I think that should balance out. Yeah. And of course, you also have 3 months. You have 3 months to wait.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be literally like what is it? Like end of February or something, right? Yeah, end of February. So you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But like if you get out of those 3 months though, you're kind of SOL.
You are.
That's what I've been hearing.
But it is a long period of time, so I think it's fair.
It is fair.
Okay, hold on. Let me read through some of this stuff here.
I mean, or you could just
I have
pay
missed a lot of questions. I'm buying this at the end of the week. I'm in the USA. I'll be using it for gaming suggestions. Okay, so MFT. I'll unmute you now. Okay, but no more moaning, please, and no more asking people to fuck you. Okay.
First, gonna do.
I am buying at the end of this. If you're buying at the end of this week, you may as well come back here on Black Friday. And in which case, I'm not going to look at your list. I'm going to ask that you scrap your list, start from scratch, and then come back on Black Friday. And whatever deals happen then, we're going to hook you up with that. And then, yeah. Aegis, what do I get for Christmas? Treat yourself to some fantastic remote Minecraft server hosting, please, Reverie, please. My UK ping is so bad. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Get yourself some like headphones or something. Get out of mid-fi hell. Actually, no, you have too many headphones. I don't know. Get a keyboard. I don't know. Get some speakers. Get a TV. I don't know. I don't know what you're missing. Like, I'm pretty sure you have everything. So like, I don't know what you're missing.
Get a quality mouse pad, you know.
I'm sure she has a good mouse pad. I'm very certain she has a good mouse pad, or at least a decent one. Okay, Yuck 69.
If you got a mouse pad for your mouse pad.
Honestly, yeah. Get a mouse pad for your mouse pad. Just have one on top. You have a mouse mat, and then you have like a little pad on top. So Yuck 69. When do you need this by? When are you buying your list over here? Hi Aegis, can you make me a build off of Amazon? There's some motherboard sale on Amazon. Why only Amazon? Also, there definitely isn't a significant motherboard sale on Amazon right now, or else I would know. I'll buy GPU on EVGA. Okay, cool. Maybe the power supply, 1200 Canadian. Yeah, I don't think there's a crazy Canadian Amazon sale right now, so I don't know about that. Also, yeah, when do you need this by? Yeah, if you're asking me for help with the build, let me know when you gotta get this by. So this works. If not, what would you change? From long name incoming.
Oh yeah, I repeated that at first.
The list is not
you.
terrible, but I would change things if you want it to be more optimized. And hold on, let me show that list. Screen, there you go. So if this is for gaming, 10600K instead. Change Fuma 2 to like SE224 XT. B558 Pro to like Z490M Plus or Z498 Pro or the Prime P board. RAM is cool, unless you're overclocking, then maybe get a different kit. Helix L should be 665p right now for $10 less. Oh shit, actually, I don't know if I told you this. If you're planning on getting a 3080 for a build, which is cool, that's going to be by far the hardest part to get in your list. So get the 3080 first, and then come back to me, and then ask for help with a build. Now, if you want to buy some parts now that I think are good, I will send you a couple parts. Are you planning on overclocking your RAM?
I'm not sure, probably.
Are you just like potentially interested in it? Like maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. In that case, there's two things that I want you to buy now because they're good priced. And then the other things you can take your time.
Budget.
Yep, I got you. So these are the two things I want you to buy now because they have good prices and I don't think they'll be, you know, significantly bested anytime soon. So I'm gonna grab these two for you. 1 second. Hold on, who was I sending this to? This was a long name, right?
Long name, yep.
Okay. So yeah, those two parts, I would do that now. Okay. Cool. And hold on, I'm missing a lot of messages here. I gotta like speed my way through this shit. Also, Cloud, what was the thing that you wanted me to read? You said do something next time, and I don't remember what it was. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea. You wanted me to read something, and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. I should do that. Is Ace okay? Also, Yuki, Asus is not bad. It's just Asus doesn't offer step up. That's all it is. Okay. This is the exact 1080 Ti. Also, I don't know which SSD to go with. That's Dragon, right? I don't think he sent anything. Fringe? I'm in now, Aegis. I don't see anything from him. Okay. How do I clone one hard drive to another? He's on a voice. Not me. It's my oh, he's in Gen 7. I can move you. Sorry, I didn't see you. Also, are Segotep PSUs any good? Some of them are. Notably the GP 600 watt unit that we recommend to people for like $500 for $500 for $50. Do you use Linux? I do use Clear Linux, and I have tried to use Arch before, but I haven't used it recently. No, I use Clear Linux for benchmarking, but I'm too lazy. So, yeah. Okay. It's not me. It's my cousin. She only has 750. I don't think she'll be upgrading. The thing is, the EVGA step up, if the card is like the same cost as the one you're upgrading from, you don't need to pay more. I think you need to pay for shipping, but that's not going to be that much. I sent it again. Can you scroll down, please? I'm Dragon. Okay. Why not Windows? Clear Linux is better for benchmarking. just as an OS. It's just cleaner. Just it's easier to isolate like IO traces on. Yeah, Windows file system is just not good. Yeah, that's why, for example, like on a lot of like Linux builds, like the difference between SSD and hard drive is much smaller than on Windows, because Linux is just better optimized for storage. But we'll see. Windows 10 is moving in the right direction. If I can cover both options, would the 1660 Super be Link be okay too? No, I'd really try to get EVGA step up. Otherwise, I wouldn't even consider a 16 series card right now. You also have to know it's based on stock. Yes, it is. How to big brain by ages? Yeah, it's just reading. The overclocking switch. God. Oh my god. For a $600 build, is the 1650 Super okay with the 10400? Don't get the 10400 in a $600 build. You should be reallocating that into the GPU and get a 10100 instead. Most of the time. Do Intel CPUs come with a good cooler? No, but it's good enough. Also, he's not even in the voice call. He asked me questions. I'm gonna assume you're in the stream, Flex. Is shit gonna sell out so fast that everything will be out of stock Black Saturday? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, different things happen on different years, but I mean, for all the years that I've been here for Black Friday, which is 2, the Saturday after Black Friday is not like terrible fallout. Like, things are still available. Oh yes, I'm Flex. Okay, cool. I'll move you in left. I don't know if Ryu wants to be moved in too, so I'll just leave him there. Is this a good board? B558 Pro is cool, but typically not recommended because, you know, there's cheaper stuff. What's the best full mod power supply right now? Yeah, AX1600i. Or if you're in the EU, FSP Canon 2000 watt. That's not actually a great unit. It's just high wattage. I'm buying ASAP this for a little CAD, a little gaming, like CAD as in computer assisted design. This is my first build, and the GPU is insane for games I play, so I don't want to overclock. I'm not sure which one of these SSDs I get. Well, just because the GPU is like really good doesn't mean you shouldn't overclock. Like, you still can. Also, is the 10100 not significantly worse than the 10400? Good question. Let's take a look at some benchmark. Let's take a look at some benchmark. Answer your question. So 10100, June 1st, 2020. Let's look at game tests. Actually, let's look at 720p to exacerbate the differences even more. Okay. So where's the 10400? There you go. So 10400F sits at 110%, and the 10100, okay, ignore the 100% because you're gonna be locked on B460. So it's at like 90.5%. So in terms of actual game usage, actually you can look at this benchmark. I'll send it to you. But in actual games, that doesn't amount to that much. And in most of the time, you're gonna be better suited with getting a more expensive GPU instead. Yes, computer aided design, only small ones though. Okay. Let me scroll down. Let's take a look at your list, Mr. Dragon. Okay, I see you. Alright. Some small changes I would make to this list, just quick. Power supply is good, case is good, CPU is good, motherboard's good, memory and storage I will change. What if I want to use Adobe Suite as well? Then a 10400 would be a decent amount better, but if it's just casual use, a quad core is not that bad. It depends on how important the Adobe Suite is to you. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Depends on how important that is to you. Like, if video editing is very important to you, then I'd even consider going to a 3600, especially if Micro Center is near to you. But if video editing is not that important and you care more about games, then I'd invest more into your GPU. Okay. My brain is like off right now. There we go. When did I start streaming? I started streaming at like 4 today, right? Okay. And then we'll do 960 gig. Do 1 terabyte of NVMe and getting 2 separate. So we'll do like a 665p. And then okay, I'm assuming you already have that 1080 Ti. So Dragon, there you go. Just some small modifications there. 1080 Ti, I'm assuming you already have. Sorry, I didn't see. I was scrolled up. If you want to join this VC, I can move you in. Oh shit, Ashley got booted out. My bad, Rev, my bad. Join a different voice channel and you in. Okay. Then you insert name and logical boy for the follows. Okay, cool. All right, I'm like getting slow on these questions. I gotta like move all of them. Hold on. 1 second. Gonna DM you. Block banned. Yes, do it. Block him. Move why you know drag me. Hey, I got a pre-built because my mom was too scared to buy a custom. I got an Asus pre-built with a 2080 Super and a 9700K. Okay, I hope you got that for a good price. A good price being like well, I pray for 1,000, but I'm gonna assume you got it for more than that. So let's hope it's closer to 1,000 and not 1,500. All right, that's what I'll hope for. Aegis
You
waiting room.
recommend these two, right?
By the way, what is PNY? PNY is a manufacturer of graphics cards and some other components. But most people see their graphics cards. I'm trying to make a gaming / light streaming PC. My budget is 860 max. I already have a case of Wi-Fi card. I'm gonna do some light overclocking, which I also blah, blah. Okay, triple shot depresso. When do you need this list by? What's the best 550 full mod unit in the US? If you're at the budget where you can pick and choose about modularity, you should probably be getting more than 550 watts. Yeah. Yeah, DF851. That's not even a bad answer, honestly. Yeah, that's not a bad answer. What if Coffee Lake Refresh had HT? It wouldn't have made a difference. Actually, if the 9700K was 8 cores and 16 threads, that would have made a difference. Yeah, it would. And if the 9600K, more importantly, if the 9600K had 6 cores and 12 threads, that would have been a big difference. No, the 9700K wouldn't have been much better, but the 9600K definitely would have been.
What about the 9400F and 9100F?
The 9100F would basically just be what the 10100F is right now, and you know how good the 10100F is, so pretty obvious.
Yeah. Literally an i7, an old i7 for $100.
Yep, or 10100F is even less than 100. When it's available. Wink, wink. I have up to 50p 500, so you can upgrade if that is helpful. Not to separate, I'm wondering which ones to get. How's the Segotep power supplies? The GP 600 watt is fine. It's good for budget builds. You know, $50 power supply. Can't really complain at that price. If you want a higher end unit though, you're gonna have to go to like $100. Yeah, because nothing below 100 is like anywhere near the value that the Segotep GP offers. CXF rebate. Okay, all right, nerd. Sure, CXF rebate, but that's not gonna last forever. CXF is temporary. Look into my eye. Segotep is forever. Segotep is immortal. It's eternal. Okay. Segotep is love.
Segotep is truly jingle.
Anytime, but hopefully around Christmas latest. Okay, in that case, I would come back on Black Friday. Come back on Black Friday, which is this Friday, and ask me for a list then. If I'm like, these sales kind of suck, come back like in near the holidays, then I'll say that. If they're good, then I'll be like, all right, do it now. Do it now.
It's always
bro.
come back in a week for you, man.
Not really. I mean, I'm doing a lot of lists now. I'm not just telling everyone to wait. Like at this point, it's like all the major launches are over, and they're kind of disappointing. At least the AMD GPU launch was kind of disappointing. So I'm just telling people to like buy, step up, or if your budget is low, then maybe wait a little bit longer. But yeah. Yep. Non-mod is cringe as fuck. Not really. Just get a shroud forehead. Any competent case should have a shroud forehead.
What is the difference between a dirty 80 and 2080? Like, how much of a difference is there?
You just dip.
Major.
Let me find out. Nvidia claims that it's 100%, so like 2 times, but it's not. It's like I think 80, but I'm gonna check.
No, wasn't it 150?
No, definitely not. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Okay.
No,
let's
not
see.
150 times, 150%.
No, it's not. It's definitely more than that. Let me do some quick math here. Let me do some real
Plus
quick
2 is
math.
full. Minus 1, that's
It's
3 quick maths.
it's about 70%. Yeah, about 70%, which is big. That is pretty big. And that's a 4K though. 4K max settings, which is like there's little CPU bottleneck.
1080p when?
There was still $56 left in my budget. What else should I add? Dragon, send me the list that I sent you, and I will look at it and be like, all right, we should add some stuff here or some stuff here. Why like $70 650 watt Neo Eco Gold? Because like, what are you getting with Neo Eco Gold that the Stereotype GP doesn't have? You gotta ask yourself these questions. They're important questions.
I'm back, by the way.
All right, cool. Bro, I'm banking on these Black Friday monitor sales. Oh yeah, if you want a secondary monitor, the C24G1 is like 120 right now, which is really good. Why like Segotep plus 3070? I don't really have a problem with Segotep plus 3070. But if you can afford a 3070, you can probably afford a Rev DF 850, so that's kind of how that works. Shroud doesn't cover EPS or 24 pin. Why doesn't your Shroud cover the EPS or 24 pin? What do you mean? Doesn't make any sense. I'm confusion. But I thought overshooting your power supply wattage was not a good thing. I hope you're joking. Could you recommend a build for around 1600? I can, but I only recommend builds. I'll join light and never mind, thanks. Wait, Sequence, I can move you in here if you want. Or unless you like actually want to be in the... Okay, never mind. He's gone.
He immediately went in and went out.
Could you recommend a... Okay, so I usually recommend builds to people who are like buying ASAP because you know, this is a pretty dynamic market, so things change pretty quickly. So yeah, unless you're buying like right now.
I'll go buy right now.
You wanna buy right now?
Yeah.
I would just... Okay, again, I think I told you I would buy the 2 parts that I sent to you, and everything else I just like chill. Just chill until Black Friday.
One of both, right?
Yeah, one of each. Yeah. And then the 3080, obviously now for like the next few weeks you have time to try and get a 3080. Do you know which Discord? Are you already in the Discord that notify you for like 3080s or no?
I would like to say the only reason I chose 3080 is because I've heard so much about it. I don't have that much of a preference for those. So.
The 3080 would be the right choice right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So whatever, you know. Anyway, so join these 2 Discords. I'm gonna send you 2 invites. Do some Discords, and they have some roles that you can give yourself that notify you whenever a 3080 is in stock, and hopefully if you have some good timing, you can get a 3080. What time are you streaming on Friday? I'm trying to move my stream schedule up to 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific so that I'm not starting stream at 10 p.m. for Eastern. So yeah, also it's just nicer for me because then I can end earlier, I can go have dinner on time, and then I can play Vidya for longer at night.
Send the list again.
What
the one that
60% keyboard do you recommend asking for a friend? Depends on your budget, but Tech Phantom is pretty good, and Keymove Snow Fox is also pretty good if you're buying off Amazon and you're want like a mid-range keyboard. They're pretty good. You start at 3 p.m.? No, I started at 4. I've been streaming for an hour and 45 minutes now, so I started at 4 p.m. Okay. I don't need 1 TB. I added 2 to ask which SSD I should get. Here's the build you sent me. Are you sure you don't need 1 terabyte? Because like 1 terabyte's like, you know, good size. Good size. Looking good.
1 terabyte external hard drive.
Okay. All right. So you just want 500 gigs. I mean, I would still get the 1 terabyte drive because it's like just better value. So, you know, yeah, I'd still probably get 1 terabyte. If you have 50 more bucks, how much did you buy the 1080 Ti for?
The uncle gave it to me for free.
Oh, okay. 50 more bucks. We're gonna change this to a 400. So yeah. Yep. This is what we're gonna change it to. What's your name? Your name is Dragon, right? Yeah, that's what I changed it to. All right, yeah, you're gonna have a banging build. Banging build. What's the best B450 series motherboard? When you say best, if you mean most recommendable, it's usually B450 and Pro 4. usually is. Can you help me build a $1,000 budget gaming PC? Again, if you want help with a build, please let me know when you need it by. When you need it by. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, let me read my DMs now. Hold on. Sorry for neglecting you, Zach. I just bought the parts, but I didn't buy the GPU, and we'll just use my 1060. Sounds good. GemDef, thankfully I got a pre-built. Or thankful. I wanted to know if buying okay, I would not go 2080 Super 3070. Okay, just to make that clear, I would definitely not go 2080 Super to 3070. If you have a 2080 Super, keep it. Keep it. Wait for next gen GPUs. When I say next gen, I mean like RTX 4000 or whatever, and RX maybe 7000 or whatever they choose to call it. I would not upgrade from a 2080 Super right now because that is still a very good GPU. It's still like top 10 GPUs probably. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's still top 10 GPUs. So like, keep that. I would not upgrade to a 3070. That's like going from a 2080 Super to a 2080 Ti, which is really dumb. So keep the 2080 Super. I wanted to know if buying a 1440p monitor would be worth it. Yeah, I would not get a 1080p monitor with the 2080 Super. Okay, you are severely underestimating how good the 2080 Super is. It is not that far away from a 2080 Ti, and that is equal to a 3070. So yeah, don't upgrade to a 3070 because that's not an upgrade. And you know, go 1440p. Yeah, definitely go 1440p 140. Can you move me to build device 1? Yes, I can move you to build device 1. Is there anything else you recommend I get now other than those two? No. Thank you so much. Problem. Okay. Any monitors and keyboards I should get right now? If you want a secondary monitor, the AOC C24G1 is like $120, which is really cheap for a secondary. If you want a primary though, nothing to my knowledge is like super good price right now. I think G27Q is like pretty cheap, but it's not like crazy.
What's the secondary monitor you recommended?
AOC C24G1. I think it's like at Office Depot for like 120. Really good. Really poggers. Do you know any decent priced audiophile gear? I know some. And there's someone in this channel who can correct me if I recommend the wrong stuff. Hey, please look at my link. Okay.
Ages, you need to start recommending snail more than stock shops and stonks.
I need a what?
You need to start recommending snail more than stock shops and stonks. Snail has faster notifications than
Is
both
that
of them.
faster? Okay, sure. Send me an invite, then I'll use that. Sure.
I mean, it says it's pay, but it gives Newegg notifications for free. So it's good to have ATR and snail running.
It's
So
just a monitor, I promise. No, I trust you. I just didn't see the link. Does this monitor look legit to you? It's 130 at Micro Center, and when I mean legit, I mean good. This looks like a good secondary monitor. Yeah. It looks like 1080p 144, maybe VA. Doesn't say anything. It just says LED. I guess we're searching it up and looking at the Acer site. The Acer Aopen 22 MH1Q. Yeah, this would be a good secondary, but I probably wouldn't get it for a yeah, it's TN. Okay. Well, I probably wouldn't get it for a primary, but I'm sure it's a pretty decent secondary. There you go. Yeah, ask Ashley for help. Ashley is humongous brain when it comes to headphones. Like, Ashley's brain is like galaxy brain. It's multiverse brain when it comes to headphones. And sucks for secondary? No, it doesn't. And especially not for $100. Especially not for $100. Yes, it does. According to who? According to who, my guy? According to everyone? Who is everyone? That doesn't tell me anything. And you haven't even given me a reason. If you say viewing angles, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Viewing angles.
Ha 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 ha. Okay. For a primary, would this be
Fine,
good?
man.
Refurbished and $100 off? Let's take a look. What is this? VG249Q? Is this the IPS panel? I think it's the IPS panel. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Although you don't need to get refurb when like there's like panels that are the same specs for like $20 more and they're new. I'd probably do that instead. Yeah. I'd probably pay $20 more for like a, you know, 24G2 or like yeah. Or I'm forgetting my or an XG2402. No, that's wrong. Is it an XG2402? Hold on. Let me check the monitor.
Hey, actually, is it
Once
worth
you
doing
once you know
tomorrow?
enough
So we're-
monitors, your brain just becomes like really bloated. So I'll show you the monitors I'm talking about. Yeah, so G241, VG249Q new for 170, PX248, XG2405. Really any of these panels, you know? That's what you should be. Viewing angles, you fuck. Okay. You saying that TN panels are bad for secondary because of viewing angle tells me that you have a fundamental misunderstanding of why viewing angles are a problem on one last question for now. Any good speakers, headphones, and mic I should get? Ask Ashley. Ask Ashley. Well, actually, well, give us a budget, and we can start you off with some Rex. Some Rex. Rex. I just found a used 1070 for 100 current bid. Yeah, that's not gonna stay at 100. I guarantee you, that's not gonna stay at 100.
Yo, Agus.
Flat sound doesn't exist. Impossible. What do you mean? My FR is flat. That means it's. What do you mean, bro?
Yo, Agus.
Hi.
So is a 1080 Ti for 275 USD good? Like legit everything?
Yeah, if it's a verified purchase, like, and it.
Tri-fan, everything?
Yeah, I guess. If it has transferable warranty, that's a plus, but 275 is like right on the fence. Because the thing is, you have to be thinking ahead. The 1080 Ti, supposedly the 3060/Ti is gonna be like 2080 super tier performance for like 400-ish US dollars, and then there's probably gonna be a GPU that's less than that. So yeah, that's gonna be a competitor to this 1080 Ti. But I think 275 for a 1080 Ti, that's a good 1080 Ti verified purchase, is fine. I think it's low risk. Yeah.
Okay. I got one like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Also, okay, I came on this channel because do you know anything about internet settings or no?
That's a very vague question, but probably no.
Okay.
Probably.
There's like, I'll just make it TLDR. On my phone, I get like 200 megabytes per second. On my computer with my Wi-Fi card, I'm getting 20. I'm so pissed off.
Okay. It could be that other devices are taking up the bandwidth, or there's interference between you and the access point, or it could be the Wi-Fi card that you have. But that's probably not it. So it's one of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Explain.
All right, thanks.
Okay. The major problem with TN panels and viewing angles is not that, hey, when I look at my panel at an angle, the panel looks bad. I mean, it will at a very extreme angle, yes, especially vertically, not horizontally. Horizontally, TN panels don't suffer as much, which is why for secondary monitors, they're not as big of a problem. Vertically, you can have like an entire panel turn like pink hued, so that's not good. The main problem why TN viewing angles are stressed is because even if you look at a panel from the center, you're still looking at the edge panels or at the edge pixels at an angle, and that can cause like a vignette effect, or like it can cause basically what looks like a uniformity problem. So that's the issue. That's the issue. For a secondary, if you're viewing it consistently, it's not going to be a problem. Dude, Ashley's going off right now. Let's go. Let's go. What would be a good GPU for about a $600 build? I would try and get that EVGA 1660 that I was showing that other dude earlier, and then step up. Yeah. Yep. Balanced setups are mainly for long cable runs and or specific amp configurations. Facts. These are the facts. People always say they want planers, but like, no, they don't. Okay. When do you think most 2060s will be back in
Hey,
stock? I don't think
plan on.
I don't think they'll ever be back in stock.
Alright. Alright.
I don't know why you'd be wanting them to anyways, because they're gonna be replaced with like the 3060 or
Wait, what do you mean they're not going to be in stock?
because 20 series is the same reason the 1060 is not in stock anymore, because they're going bye-bye.
They don't make them.
I don't think they've seized
What?
2060 production yet, but they've seized almost every Turing card's production. Like especially the high-end ones, like 2080 and 2070 are dead. Yeah, but like wouldn't that depend on how the person mounts the monitor? But no matter how the person mounts the monitor, the viewing angle problem, unless they have the TN panel above their main monitor, that's not going to be an issue. And most people who have their like monitor mounted above have the top one tilted downward. I've seen people say that they sound like you're oh no. Oh no, underwater lo-fi hip-hop beats to study too? Unlucky. Speakers. What are you, DM? Oh, it's literally a picture of Gary. Up. Wow, Discord lags like hell. See? Newegg stuff, Newegg's free, other stuff is paid. Is the B450 Tomahawk Max good? Yeah, it's a good board, but it's not worth buying. I'm a bit blurry on a bunch of stuff, but if I come back Black Friday, can you help me with a build, please? Yeah, sure. That's what I'm here for.
That's your
God,
job.
I'm scared of what's gonna happen on Black. Alright. I hope the other channel is full.
They're vibing pretty hard.
They're vibing? Say they're
Yeah.
vibing?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Told you they were vibing.
No, I was looking at the hardware line.
Oh. RM for 110? No, no, no. No.
No, it's RevDF 850 watt for 110 times.
Oh, yeah.
T-pose on them, boys. T-pose on them. RF 120Ms, if that's the 5-pack for $50, yeah, that's fine. $10 per RGB fan is pretty good. Timo. Hi there, I noticed your stream and I wanted to DM you because it seems like you're pretty busy at the moment. I just have a few questions that I help me with whenever you have time. My current PC seems to be too weak for the games that I play. Apex, Warzone, PUBG. Maybe Warzone, but Apex and PUBG are pretty easy to run. And I like to upgrade in order to play them at low settings to at 120. Your PC has to be pretty old for your stuff to not be. You have a 4690K and a 960, which is decent. Okay. All right, Mr. Timo. First of all, you have sent me the wrong list, so I will show you how to send me the right list. From link. This is how you send the right list. This is what I currently have, and I like to find replace. Ideally, I want to wait for 80 or 30 series. I want to get something that blah, 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 blah. Okay. So yeah, first of all, send me your PC part picker list using the right permalink. So I've sent that to you in your DM, and send me the right link. No, it's fine, Atlanta. Yeah, it's fine. I've heard of Snail Monitor, which is why I was like, okay, yes. Okay. Cool. Oh, we have a space. Also, I'm malding because the Bapo Toads have still not unlocked the limit on this channel. I'm malding. Like, we're constantly capped at 15 and I can't have more people in here. Well, I can, but like they think it's full and then they don't join. Sorry about that. All good, dude. All right, let's look at this. So, things you should keep in your list. Basically just your SSD. Everything else I would sell either individually or as part of a package deal. Or you can sell it with the SSD so you don't have to buy more storage. That's up to you. It's whatever. 860 EVO is 100 per terabyte. That's not bad. Wow, Samsung actually, for the first time in their entire company's history, is catching up in pricing. Wow. Ours.
Yeah, but the S31. Come on.
Yeah, but what do you mean? You mean the 665p? 80.
Ew. No.
What do you mean ew? It's 80, bro. 80. Anyways, that's all the info I found so far. Okay. Are you really struggling with the 4690K and 960? Because those aren't like bad parts. They're still kind of recent. So are you really struggling? And do you mind waiting? Actually, no. If you were to wait, you'd be waiting for DDR5, and that would involve waiting a year. And you probably don't want to wait a year. So yeah, I can make you a list now. Okay. Apex, Warzone, and PUBG. I have not seen the benches on those for Ryzen 5000. So let's look at the benches. PUBG 5600X. COD, Warzone. I need to use Google for this because DuckDuckGo sucks for this kind of. Google 56X. Google Apex. Oh god, every site I see. That's the GPU bench. Why don't mainstream benchmarkers use FPS? Why? Okay, I'll have to add 10600. This is Warzone at least. Are we looking?
The last time AMD flat out.
We the bench. Let's go. Warzone issues? Oh, that's not good. I'm assuming that's individual. Probably not good. Apex Legends 5600X. Okay. This better be good. Should be good, YouTube. Oh god, is it gonna be a thing where they don't actually show game footage? Okay. Better than nothing, I guess. Call of Duty Warzone.
Yo,
Okay. This is a 3600. I'm tripping.
Aegis? Yo, I'm trying to put my CPU in, but I can't see the triangle thing.
Okay, this is not the right channel for that. This is
Look on your
my bad.
manual. Look
This
on your
is-
manual.
yeah, this is the build advice channel. This is for picking parts.
Oh, where should I go then?
The PC assembly help channel. Duty Wars.
Thanks.
Okay. So this does not align with the other benchmark. I'm assuming maybe this is post fix. This is November 9th, so this is pretty recent. But then again, this CPU hasn't been out. I don't know. This is rough. Do they have? Yeah, it seems like Ryzen is still the way to go. Okay, Battlefield. This is great. It covers all the games. So it looks like 5600X is still the way to go. Okay. I mean, I hate trusting YouTube bench. They're all I have at this point because nobody tests Twitch shooters. Why? Why? And I get massive stutters on most games. Yeah, that is sad. Okay. You know what? We'll make you a build. Actually, we're not going to make you a build because I want to put a 5600X in this. So what I will suggest that you do is two things. The two hardest parts to get in your list right now will be these two parts. Okay? Number one, 5600X, obviously not in stock right now. And number two, the 3080, which is obviously also not in stock. So I would suggest trying to get these two parts, and I will send you invites. Now I have to send 3 invites. I'll send you 3 invites to Discord servers that do stock tracking. Once my computer stops lagging Discord. Holy shit, it just froze. Okay. I've never had a PC freeze on Discord. Anyways, yeah, so those 3 Discords, they track stock for like the 3080 and Zen 3 CPUs like the 5600X. So these two parts here are going to be the hardest parts. I would try your best to get these two parts. In the meantime, if you do want to buy something, there are a couple things that I would suggest buying. Not the motherboard. That'd be the memory. Also, what's your total budget? Yeah, what is your budget? I don't think you listed a budget. Okay, I'm gonna assume your budget is pretty high, but yeah, because you are considering the 30 series, so I'm assuming your budget is relatively high. Hopefully I'm not wrong, because that would make things kind of awkward. But yeah. So the two parts that I'm gonna recommend you buy now are these two parts, because they're on pretty good sales. And in FPS type games that like the ones you're playing, having RAM that overclocks well is going to be pretty good for you. I had a fair amount in ship, but okay, I'll take a look later. Hi Aegis, remember me? I do not. This doesn't matter. The hardest headphone in the world to drive is facts. Should I order them? Sure, if you want RF 120. Alright, cool. We're kind of chilling now, so I'm gonna stuff more people into this channel. Guy. Killing all the people. They're lagging. Very not. Hold on. Stuffing this channel full of more people. See that guy? Okay. I'm gonna grab this person too. Goes.
Quick question. What's like a good GPU that isn't like breaking the bank, right? Like something that isn't too much, like around like $300 maybe, a little more possibly, just like not too much, you know? Like probably in like definitely not in the 3000 series.
Okay. I would probably either wait for like a 3060 or something like that to release, or I would get an EVGA 16 series card and then step up. So something like the 1660 that I recommended to someone earlier for like 240, which is a terrible price, but you got to do what you got to do to step up. Yeah, that's rough. Any Discord channels for stock check for Canada? Not that I'm aware of. Sony XM3. Reverie recommending XM3s. Hey, I see we've fallen on hard times. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Hold on. I'm gonna grab as many people as I can at once here. And then we're
And
gonna
then everyone's
answer...
gonna have to wait in line, and then some people are gonna leave, and it's gonna be bad news bears.
No, it's okay. It'll be good. Okay?
Sure, I will.
It's fine. It's fine. We're chilling. Okay? Hello. Okay, if I called you into this channel and you have a question about PCs or building a PC or picking parts, type in voice chat text. It's the second text channel from the bottom. It's above the music channel. And ping me there with your question. And I will answer your question. And also, I am streaming this voice call on Twitch, so if you say something, just be aware you're being streamed. And if you want to see, like, me making your list or whatever, or if I'm talking about a benchmark or something, I'm also showing that, I guess. But there is a 10-second delay. Just be aware of that. What's up, Potato Nugget? How are you doing, my guy? I don't know if my case can even have extra fans. Time to go to Newegg and go to the cooling options section. So you can find out. Can you recommend micro ATX cases? I sure can. Oh, this guy's in the wrong channel. W. Oh, what's up, Jello?
Lian Lee Landcool 215. That's all you're gonna get.
That's not even a micro ATX case. You've made a
Wait, is it-
mistake.
Wait, no, was
That's
that the 205?
205 is ATX too.
Wait,
You're tripping. You're
I
tripping.
am. No, no. Look, I have to go back to the MB311L. Oh.
Yeah, MB311L. Cooler Master MB311L is like our top meta pick right now. It's $60. Comes with 2 ARGB fans that come with a controller. It has a mesh front. It has good airflow, good upgradability, power supply shroud, tempered glass. What more could you ask for? It has snap-off expansion slots, but we're not going to talk about
I was
that.
about to say that. No.
We just slide that under the rug and we just like don't talk about that. That's the bastard child of the family of specs there.
Well,
Recommendations of cheapish CPU coolers for what CPU? Which CPU are we talking about, my guy? Which one? Which one's the dead mooter? Would you want to accept a cute dog today? No. Maybe? Are we just talking about like a picture of a dog? Then like okay. Budget is irrelevant more right now. Just want to have something to hold me over until I upgrade. Can I use GDDR4 on my current motherboard? I'm sorry, GDDR4? Are you did you mean to put the G there? Because like, I think you meant DDR4, right? Yeah, can I use DDR4 on my current motherboard? No, you cannot. Cannot. You have a Haswell CPU, I'm pretty sure. You cannot. Okay. CPU, Intel Core i7 7700K, Asus Strix Z270F Gaming, GTX 1080 Ti. Here's my specs. I was thinking about upgrading RAM. Okay, upgrading RAM is legitimate, but I wouldn't get 32 gigs. I would just get 16 gigs. And then sell your old RAM. Just get 16 gigs of like 3200 megahertz. Sell your old RAM, assuming you're just gaming. And then everything else I would keep. 7700K plus 1080 Ti is still pretty solid. What more to ask for? A case without an ugly logo on the front panel? Cooler Master MB311L. I mean, it has a very small logo, but it's not even that ugly. I think the Cooler Master logo is like fine. Jello, for this build, I want a nice build that is a budget of 1500. I went over the budget a little and I want someone that can maybe downgrade it to my budget. There's no power supply. Okay. Let's take a look. Could you type it in chat? MB311L. Cooler Master MB311L. It's the one that looks like a cute little thing with a rounded bump mesh panel in the front. Got 2 RGB fans, and it's a cutie. You can give it a hug. Alright, it's a cutie.
You forgot to mention it's got like a separate headphone and microphone jack. So
Amazing. Oh god, my internet's taking a shit. I'm sorry, my internet just...
Yes, you are sounding a little bit robotic.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Give it some time. Give it a little bit. My internet's just... Holy shit. My stream upload is just fluctuating from 0 to 4000 constantly. Oh god. Alright, I think we're back. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with the internet in this house, dude. It's fucking... I have no control over the access point. It's not my house, so like I don't know what's going on.
Zion, do you want me to answer Dark's question in the voice of Whoopity?
Oh god.
Actually, we don't even need to use resources for this, so...
Aegis, which USBs can fit into other USB types? It's physical type. It's physical type determines what fits into what. Everything is backward and forward compatible on USB, assuming the physical connector actually fits. So all type A will fit into all type A, all type C will fit into all type C. Once you change my build, can you type it in here? Okay. For this build, I want a nice build that is a budget of 1500. Jello, when do you need this by? Left Skull is arguing in PC database over SFF cases right now. Lol. Is DisplayPort better for gaming than HDMI? Sometimes. It used to be yes, just straight up yes, because 1.4 on DP was better than the current HDMI revision. But these days it's like sometimes you need HDMI to hit like 4K 120, whereas current DisplayPort is DisplayPort that can hit 4K 120 without DSC is not available right now on current GPUs. So it depends. Usually DisplayPort is the right choice though. Usually. I'm gonna buy it within the next month. In that case, I would come back on Black Friday. Jello, come back here on Black Friday with a blank slate, with a clean slate. And yeah. Come to me on Black Friday with a clean slate and we'll make you a list. Comes here. Lol. Where on Newegg am I supposed to find this info? I'll show you. Magic. Show you. Go to newegg.com. Let's pick a random case. Let's go, let's do a nice, interesting case. What's an interesting case? Cougar Conquer. Let's do that. Cougar Conquer. This probably is a bad case to pick as an example here because it's a really weird case. But Cougar Conquer, right? Go to specs. You scroll down. Cooling options. I hate Newegg. Why does it randomly scroll me back up to the top while I'm scrolling? It's stupid. Anyways. 2x120, 3x120, like it tells you the pre-installed fans, tells you the RAD options. This is great from Newegg because a lot of the time, even major brands, their websites kind of difficult to find the cooling options, or it's like it's not always in the same place. Well, whereas this is pretty easy, right? Would you say that Type-C devices are being used more for stuff? No. Just no, not really. How much was SFF case off Taobao overall? I don't remember. I think after shipping, it was like 150 US maybe. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll
Is
answer your
going from
question there.
3600 to 3866 a small overclock? Yeah, that's if you leave everything else equal, you're not going to notice the difference between those two in anything.
Wow.
In fact, even the IDA, even the benchmark difference in IDA is going to be like negligible.
Just wow.
Aegis voice hog. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to answer that?
Not anymore.
It's $35-ish more for 32 gigs. That's probably because the 16 gig kit you're choosing is bad value. Not that 32 gigs is like super good value. It's typically exactly 2 times more. Is this an upgrade from my current 3570K to a 3600? Yeah, that's an upgrade, but should you do that? I don't know. I mean, are you struggling right now with your 3570K? It just says 6. Okay, then you have to go to the actual case website. So, Mr. Goose, are you struggling a lot in the games that you're playing right now, or like you just upgrading because you want to upgrade? Not really. Okay, in that case, I would not go AMD now. I would wait maybe a year. Because if you're not struggling in the games that you're playing right now, I would wait maybe a year for DDR5 platform. So, yeah, that's what I would consider. Because DDR5 is going to be big pog. So this is my current build so far. GPU, RAM, and storage have been purchased. Anything else can be changed. Any recommendations? Let's take a look. Give me a second. I will look. Wait a second. What the heck? Last 48? DDR5 will be big overpriced. That's what everyone is saying, but I kind of don't think so. Obviously, it's going to be more expensive than DDR4, but I don't think it's going to be that overpriced. I don't know why everybody keeps saying that. Put money on it? No, dude. DDR5 is, like, production has been ramping up very well over the last 1 or 2 years. So I don't think that we're going to see, like, supply constricted pricing. I can't find their website. What kind of fucking case are you looking at? You can't even find its website. That's a problem. Chris 2Tap. GPU, RAM, and storage have been purchased. Anything else can be changed. Any recommendations? Sure. GPU, cool. RAM, very nice. And storage. Very nice. Actually, good. Yeah, in fact, the GPU, RAM, and storage are like the 3 things here that you chose correctly. Everything else I disagree with. So, nice. Very lucky. Besides that, I would either get depending on what games you're playing, I'd either get a 10600K now, or I'd get a 5600X later when it goes down in price, or when it's actually available, because obviously it's not available right now. On top of that, even if you were to go with the 5600X, the 550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi is a better choice for the motherboard. And then because that's micro ATX, you can change your case to the Cooler Master MB311L, which is $10 cheaper. So that's cool. And then finally, for your power supply, I would buy this now. I'll send you a power supply. There you go. Is the 275 RA? Okay, never mind. I won't answer that.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Corsair 275 RA, right? It's got a front intake, right? If I pull up a picture right here, right, you can see the slots, right? And you can't push air like through a flat wall, right? It has to go through some slots, right? And there's some fans right behind it, so it does really good airflow. I can't show you my screen right now because the server's trash. You can't screen share, but it's great with two by 120 millimeter fans in the front. It's got an exhaust too, so the air goes in and it comes right out. We also got some screw off PCIe slot covers. You can fit ITX, MATX, and ATX.
He's got the energy,
right?
for
Yeah,
sure.
and the thing is, you've got a power supply shroud, and it's got a breathable perforated top right there. So if you wanted to get like a Corsair CXF RGB power supply, you could actually see it. And then you could hook it up with IQ, and then no.
Oh god.
Hey, question.
I was with you. I was with you until you got there. I was with you until you got there, dude.
Hey,
Oh
should
boy.
Should I run would you rather run a 2000 terabyte, a 2 terabyte regular hard drive, or a 500 terabyte SSD?
A 500 terabyte SSD?
Oh, 500 gigabyte. God damn it.
500 gig, or what was the alternative?
Or 2 terabyte regular.
Like a regular SSD, 2 terabyte?
No, regular hard drive. No SSD.
Okay, there is no build in 2020 that is being bought new in this server that should not have an SSD in it. So
What's
yeah.
up?
Okay, so DDR5, will DDR5 have higher speed or something? No. Well, yes, but DDR5 adds much more than higher speeds. It has an extremely large amount of features. Like, it has enough features that it has like 3 or 4 significant changes that even one of those changes would be very important for a DDR generation. But you're having like 3 generations worth of changes packed into DDR5. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, the MB311 is ugly as sin. MB311L, not the MB311. The MB311L, I think it looks more visually neutral than the MB311 does. The MB311 is a little too stocky. You know, it's a little too stocky. Okay, I did some more research. 102 for the 16 gig version, 150 for the 32 gig version. What country are you buying these in? Because those look like pretty garbage prices. M.2 or SSD? M.2 is a form factor. You can think of it as a type of SSD, but they're not separate. It's not like M.2 or SSD. Like saying, you know, Z490 or ATX. Like, Z490 is... Actually, no. Z490 or motherboard. That would be a better example.
That's a nice PC, Quebec.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so to answer their question, back on if it's a great price, right? So we've got a Metallic Gear Neo Air right at $60, but guess what? This case, it's at $50, and you know what that means? That's a good buy. Because you know what you could do with extra $10? You can buy some server rack
Oh god,
wheels.
stop. Too far. You've gone too deep into whoopity. You're gonna go insane. You know what they say, never go full long john. Never go full long john. Australia? Okay. Let's...
Elon Musk.
Big yikes. Okay, big yikes. Rip Aegis, where were you when Aegis was killed? Yeah. Unlucky. If money isn't that big of an issue, is 32 gigs worth it, or still don't even bother? If money wasn't that big of an
Bro,
issue,
money.
you would be upgrading the rest of your system. So, 16
Money is a
gigs.
big issue these days, man.
16 gigs, my guy. 16 gigs. So DDR5 has a lot of changes. I might talk about them sometime. It's kind of important.
You guys using a fucking MSI Arsenal, man. Let me see this here.
ECC POG? That's not even the biggest change. Like DDR4 already has some ECC. It's just DDR5's ECC is better ECC. It's the only one I remember. That's one of the least important ones, dude. One of the least important changes on DDR5. Actually, Alatron said DDR4 had ECC, but apparently it doesn't. So I think Alatron's memeing. As in, maybe he said it dumb, or maybe there's an implementation that he doesn't know about. I don't know. Interesting.
Corsair Vengeance. Let me see this.
What's a good 16 gig RAM for a B460 Pro 4 motherboard? Why are you getting a B460 Pro 4 board? Why are you doing that to yourself?
This Pro 4 looks white, and I need it in my white build.
Oh, I'm watching stream. I have a Core i3 37. I keep getting bad frames. Which Core i3? And also, I don't do troubleshooting typically. So if you want help with troubleshooting, we do have a troubleshooting channel in the server. It's over here, the troubleshooting channel. You can ask for help in this channel. And they can help you figure out why you're not getting the gamer performance that you desire. So, yeah.
We are sorry about that we have failed you.
Xeon, you know what you could do? You can just make a fake profile and just get Whoopity's name and profile image, and then you can just use JavaScript to edit anything you want him to say.
Oh no. Actually, you don't need to do that. You can just use you can just use Elements Editor, because
Well, no, well, actually, yeah, he's in.
Yeah, he's in the server, so you could just use Elements
Yeah.
Editor. You can even change
Well,
the time. if
No,
it's
no,
not
you can do
realistic.
it here.
Yeah. Or I could just go to the online Discord and use HTML. You can use it on the desktop app as well. Just do Control-Shift-I. That's how you open console and stuff. Aegis, can I send you something NSFB?
Man, look at fucking Patreon Vipers, bro.
No. After stream, send me that. After. Fuck, why? Because I'm streaming right now. End stream now, just because you want to send me something inappropriate. You want me to end the stream? Nah, bro.
You don't have to end the stream to switch the scene.
Yes, sir.
Do you not know how to stream, dude?
Bro, okay,
Dude's an
buddy.
affiliate or a partner or whatever, and he doesn't know how to.
Dude, holy shit, my stream bitrate is fluctuating like crazy. Yeah, I might actually end the stream. This is really bad. Yeah, I might end the stream for today, boys. Oh god, what the fuck is happening to my internet, dude? Jesus.
Nah, you're good, man.
Yeah, my stream also died, and so like that too.
Okay, yeah, it's not good.
Stream is being shitty. Yeah, I don't know. My internet's kind of fucked, but no, we had a pretty decent length stream today. It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll end it for now. But I'll stay in the channel for a little bit longer to figure out stuff.